situated. We definitely want to thank everybody for coming in. We are live. Are we live? Let's see. We are. We are. We are. And I'm sorry, y'all. I've got a couple of little things that are popping up as we're starting to stream today. Again, Panda of Pandemonium. I'd like to welcome you all to Absolute Pandemonium, the newest podcast of the Panda of Pandemonium brand. Um, we're a little behind today, so I do apologize for that. There are going to be a couple of different things that pop up as we go. We got some new technology today, so I hope everyone will bear with us as we pull this together. Together. All right. So, how's everybody doing today, though? How's it going? How is the Saturday treating you? Are you guys revving up for the evening? Let us know. Hit the chat, hit the comments. Let us know where you are, what you're doing, how things have been, and how things are going to go for the rest of your evening. Will you be, how do they say, enjoying the adult beverage? Will you be doing that? Will we be going out and hitting the dance floor? Will we be sitting back watching some anime? Are you binging something? What's on the binge? All right, we got where we at? Where we at? There we go. Infamous back in the stream. Y'all knew him as Jay. He is infamous. The letter N, famous. Working as always, making that money, that shmoney.
Gotta make that
But
money.
yeah, we're getting everything situated. I told everybody we got new tech today, so they got to bear with us a little bit as we go through everything.
I'm cool with that.
New tech, gotta love it. Oh yeah. So he's like I said, he really is at work right now with us. So we got lucky to get him today. Uh Vocab is a little bit behind. He will be with us as we go through the day, as will Rod. Ah, there we go. There we go. Vocab.
Yes,
Bow.
sir.
In the building.
Yes, sir.
There we go. So
Yeah.
slowly we getting it together. We're gonna make this happen, Captain.
You
Oh
know,
man. It's been a good day today though. I don't know about y'all.
it's been a good day. It's been a good
Yeah.
day.
Uh,
We on the
cannot
Guinness
argue.
tonight.
You know what?
We on the Guinness tonight.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Definitely one of those.
Yeah. Oh, they don't fucked up. Your boy done got a fresh cut. What?
Oh Lord. Now you know
Oh,
what they say. You know what they
you
say. Once you get a fresh cut, you can't tell nobody nothing.
can't tell nobody. She can't tell me not a damn thing.
Can't tell the man nothing.
You heard?
But it's all good. That's how it's supposed to be. That is how it's supposed to be.
Oh, where Jay went.
He's been bouncing in and out. I think he got some signal stuff, but
Okay, true.
yeah. So no worries, no worries. Still waiting on Rod here. Just want to make
Let
sure he's good.
me pull up the
There he is.
on Facebook.
Wow.
Oh, there we go. Okay,
There
now
you
it's
go.
working. Not
Got
sure
you,
if the
got you.
camera's working, but I'll just do audio.
No,
I'm
it's
trying to.
okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, right now camera's not showing up, but if you end up getting it, cool. We'll make it work.
Yeah,
We
Wi-Fi.
will make it
Wi-Fi's.
work.
What can you do with Wi-Fi?
Hey, I understand.
Are we live on YouTube yet?
We should be everybody, yeah, everywhere. YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and I believe if Twitter allows streams, Twitter.
Here we go. Here we go. Yeah.
And I believe
Yes, sir.
Yep. So as of right now, we are golden. I'm gonna reset this here real quick. There we go. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, Rod, you didn't get to see the intro last time, did you?
Hey, I'm back.
Hey, Infamous is back. He has returned.
Yes,
He is
sir.
here. Let's
Right.
see if I can get the
Oh,
right. Not I have the power. I'm done.
Well, he got the power. You know what I mean? Coming straight from love.
Hey.
hey, oh,
Now, so there's
oh,
two ways when you say that I
longer.
think.
You got the power.
You see, okay, now it's three. I got the power. Dun
A little
dun dun dun.
violence right there.
dun.
Okay, there we go.
Man. All right. Well, let's go ahead and see if we can
Yep.
get this cracking.
All right.
Let's get it together.
Let's get it. See if I can get this one to play out for us.
Let's get it started.
All right. So looks like we actually got the intro to work for us. I was surprised and shocked.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
This restream has been it's interesting. It's interesting using this little program. So let's get into the day. First off, let's just do a quick sound off. How's the day going? How's where everybody at?
I'm out here in Orlando right now.
All right. And I'm in the St. Louis. Day's been pretty good. Where Rod at? We got you there, buddy. There we go.
Right there.
Okay, now I got it.
Now we hear you. Where
Yeah,
you
don't mind
hailing
me.
in from? Let the people
Well,
know.
well, I guess they call it the Midwest, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Mm,
Ain't no Orlando, Florida, but it's home.
I can respect that.
Man's is in
Canada right
Wisconsin.
now.
Oh yeah, you are because you're heading up to Chicago.
Yeah, like I'm 200 miles from St. Louis right now.
Okay. So we got a bunch of stuff that happened last stream. And some
Yeah.
extra conversations that had to be cleared up. So we're gonna start it off with two things I want to talk about. One is rest in peace, rest in heaven, Colin Powell, who just passed
Yeah.
this week. I heard it was due to complications with COVID and cancer. My understanding. So he
Yeah,
did a lot.
he had a sickness. He had cancer, blood cancer, and
Okay,
that was just exacerbated by it.
gotcha. So yeah. So rest in peace. You know what I'm saying. Uh, well wishes to his family and those all real
Definitely.
close to him. Definitely. So I wanted to definitely get that one out the way. Two other passings that happened this week that kind of hit our community close as well. Christopher Owen Ayers passed. The
Yes,
voice of
sir.
Frieza.
Yeah.
Voice of Frieza. So that's another one that's gonna hit. And also Toshiro Iijima. He also passed. He was the director for Ultraman since like '86.
Yeah.
I want to say.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's been
Yeah, I
doing most of
found that
them.
one today. Let's find out.
Yeah. Yeah. So we lost a couple of legends
Most
this
definitely.
past
Yeah.
week. So condolences to the
Yeah.
families, and all those that are close. But so I want to start it off getting that taken care of first.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Just to
Yeah.
clarify, a lot of people don't understand. This is second freezer now. It's two freezers. There's two people that voice freezer. This is the guy who did the more recent freezer. The original.
Correct. This is the most recent, like the Golden Frieza,
Yeah,
Resurrection Death.
he's the second Frieza. The first voice was
Second
Linda
Frieza.
Young. Linda Young.
Correct. Exactly. So yeah, definitely appreciate that. Yeah, that clarification on that. So let's get into something that's kind of funny, wacky, kooky. I threw in the chat during the week. Our little group chat, cocaine hippos, or something that we're gonna talk about.
Cocaine hippo.
What was that about? I saw that. I was really.
Cocaine hippo, bro. What is a cocaine hippo?
So
I'm already
cocaine
afraid of
hippos. You said you already hated hippos.
I'm afraid of.
They murder horses.
They are.
You should be.
Like Air Force.
It puts another term to hungry hippo. I'll tell you that much.
Right.
Most definitely.
Right. So what happened was, y'all remember the whole Pablo Escobar thing and his little zoo?
Yeah,
Well, when they busted him, all the animals in his zoo got set free into the wildlife in South America.
Right.
He had like 4 or 5 hippos in that zoo, and now there's almost 100 that are reformatting the landscape down there. So yeah, they're talking about, the reason I brought it up. They're talking about they're shooting them to stop, basically to curb the genetics so they can't breed.
Oh, okay.
So they're trying to dart them and get all this, get the chemicals in there for them. But that's why they call them the cocaine hippos. Is that reason? Is from Escobar. But the reason I was bringing it up. Go ahead.
I thought you was gonna say that Escobar was hiding cocaine in the hippos.
In the hippos.
Yeah, right. I'm like, shit. That's smart.
Hey, that's a way to get it across. Ain't nobody gonna stop it.
That's kind of smart right there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
The part I want to bring up though is what? See, it's at that moment we knew we messed up.
Yep.
But these hippos are basically they're not doing any real damage to the ecosystem.
Right.
From what the scientists are saying, they're actually replacing a creature that was there at some point in time. Like there was a large herbivore similar to a hippo. A couple of them that they said we're talking about like ancient times, right? Like long extinct. But they're saying there were some creatures that fit that niche because now they're seeing genus of plants and algae grow that have not been there in centuries. So the question that I want to bring up is humans.
Is the hippo poop? Is that what you asked me?
I mean, it's not the hippo. I don't think it's it could be the poop. I don't know. But like, think about it. Large animals are movers of dander and what I'm saying, stuff like that across large areas. So as far as us as humans, why do you think we keep killing off all these large animals that are necessary for these ecosystems to thrive?
Because we're humans. That is legitly the answer. Humans like to take over shit, bruh.
Yeah. Okay. Well, more like white humans are the ones who want to take everything over. Black people, we just leave stuff alone.
That's facts. Yeah, black man see a hippo, he like, yo, time to go.
Yep.
White man see a hippo, like, oh, let's pet it. Yeah, all right.
So we don't do that Steve Irwin.
No.
Nah.
Rest in
I
peace.
love
What
him.
happened to him?
I love him. Rest in peace. But
Yeah, rest in peace to my God, but ain't no crocodile hunters over here in this community.
Nah.
He showed us what not to miss.
Nah. Yeah. Hey, none of us gonna be the first one to die from a stingray. Tell you that much.
That's big facts. That is big facts.
this is true. This is true. I don't see that. I don't see that being one of us at all.
Yeah. Half
At
of
all.
us don't even like going in the water to begin with.
True.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm from the Caribbean, so I love the water, but trying to get my mom in that motherfucker, it ain't happening.
That's not going. Nah, that's not gonna work, fam.
Respect.
Okay. Well, as I said, I just wanted to throw that out there. Like I said, it's something we can kind of delve into at another time, because that's one of those topics that can get deep real quick.
Now, yeah, because it's the whole trying to continue to be the top of the food chain shit. So some people they just hunt for sport. Legitimately just to be like.
So
hey,
I guess my question is then, if you're talking about top of the food chain, the animals that are at the top of the food chain, they know they don't have to hunt for sport.
Exactly.
True. Exactly.
So if that's the case,
humans,
why do we keep trying to impress ourselves? Like, it's like we know we're weak, we know we're frail, and technically we would be at the bottom of the food chain.
Okay. Would be.
But we continue to try to impress that, we're bigger and better, and in doing so, killing the communities that help us.
Right.
Exactly.
So
it's a sad thing, man. It's a sad thing.
It really is. It really is. Kind of like that whole ocean. They said there's an island worth of trash in the ocean floating around. You can see it from space. And that was back when we were in high school.
It's probably more than that now.
Right. Like, what if there's a whole ecology of animal life?
I'm sure there is. There's probably birds and all sorts of shit living on that shit.
Bro. On that island now.
Right. So
that doesn't surprise me.
Exactly.
Right. Craziness. All right, so switching off of that real quick. Mob Psycho. You all familiar?
Yes, sir.
A little bit, yeah.
So
I'm about to
I just
rewatch
found they got a third season coming out.
Yes.
Yeah. They're slated for a third season finally, which I think that will be incredible.
Yeah, I heard about it and I was like, it's time to rewatch.
Oh, of course.
Let's get caught back, you know what I mean?
Rewind, get the whole, like that whole, I think the whole first fight in season 1 with the Helix dude.
Boy.
Like.
Boy.
No spoilers.
When I say he folded, old boy, he folded, old dude.
Wrestling shit, okay?
Stop spoiling. I haven't
and that's nice,
it.
Right? That's politely saying it.
Exactly. Man said,
you don't hear me?
He's out of here.
Yeah. I hear some. Who said it?
Yeah. Faint, but we could hear you.
You're faint, but your I think it's the echo.
Yeah.
How about now?
That's part of what it is when you on the road while you know.
Is that better?
Yeah, probably gonna run into a dead spot or two.
Yeah. I mean, shout out
again. What I was saying was stop spoiling. I haven't started it yet.
Oh, definitely. Shout out.
Look, what'd you say?
Working.
I'm pretty sure y'all can't. I said stop spoiling. I haven't watched it yet.
Jay, what'd you say?
Stop spoiling it. I haven't watched the anime yet.
Oh,
yeah. You haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched it yet. Yeah.
That was literally just the first episode. You're good. We didn't go deep into it for you.
Exactly.
Don't worry. I don't care about spoilers. I'm someone who don't care about spoilers because I forget anyway. So
I'm the same way.
By the time I get around to it,
it's certain shows I just don't want to. It's just certain ones.
Yeah.
Like the big ones that everybody talks about, it's hard not to get spoiled. But the ones that don't get a lot of talk, that's the ones I don't want to get spoiled.
I mean, but
I
low
feel
key,
that.
Mob Psycho is one of them ones.
Mob is one that people
Yeah.
sleep on.
Yes. But it's from the older generation.
Very much so.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because we got spoiled by Dragon Ball and Naruto. But that's probably another topic for another day.
And it's from, and that's Mob Psycho's from that generation, like towards
It
the
is.
generation. Like
Yep.
a lot of people, bro. It's so. I was saying to somebody. As a matter of fact, I think I was talking to you, Panda, in my bio. I was like, I done forgot more anime than most people don't watch.
Than ever watch. Yep.
And it's like sometimes I feel bad because somebody be like, "Oh, yeah," I'll be like, "Yeah, I seen that," but I can't even talk about it really because I forgot.
It's been so long.
Happened in this
Right.
shit. Yeah. Like, I mean,
when you guys get a chance, I my anime list, I believe.com. I'll shoot y'all the link later. But it's
I remember
if y'all haven't looked at it, it's just a compilation of people's reviews on different anime and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I started my list on there just to have a track some of the stuff that I've seen. So if y'all get a chance, hop on there, get an account and everything, and just like start tracking those, and we can kind of see where we all are. And then we got to do a watch party one of these evenings. We have to do like a watch party of anime just alive.
Oh yeah.
So, that'd be dope. That'll be dope.
Help, yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna try to like remember everything I say. At least I'm gonna try.
Right, that's what I said. Just as you go through it, because they got a whole. When I say it's like, okay, I'm gonna throw it back. They got a Kiss anime list.
Yo,
wow, that's a name I ain't heard in a minute.
It's how I watch Hajime no Ippo, and
probably
the best boxing fucking anime to ever be released, bro.
It is, and actually, that's a perfect segue because one of our topics from last week that we had to bring up is this one, and we said we was gonna talk about this in a whole series, so that's what we gonna do today.
Sports
anime.
That was a perfect segue. Okay,
that was a good one.
Sports anime. The epicness that sits within some of these pictures that are on here.
First of all, boy.
Some of these I do gotta catch up on. I gotta admit, I know some of these, but
first of all, Ace of Diamond, I can't wait for the third season to come through.
Oh yeah. If we go, I'm just gonna
just talking to somebody about Hinomaru Sumo, bro.
What'd you say?
That was me.
Yeah, we was just talking about that. Yep.
Yeah.
He's talking about Hinomaru
I know
Sumo.
you were just talking to somebody about Hinomaru Sumo.
Yep.
Bro, I seen all these joints, bro, and I fucking love all of them. Out of these that's on the screen, though, I probably gotta say my number one gotta be Eye Shield.
Okay.
Just because
I've heard good things about Eye Shield. I've heard good things.
It's so fire, but like, all right. So first off, as we talked about in the last episode, I said, in high school I was a 4-sport jock. I played basketball, football, I ran track, and I played soccer. But Eye Shield literally represents my football journey, bro. Like, I was a running back. I stood 5'1". I wore the number 21, and I was fast as shit. That's literally the only reason I was.
That's crazy.
I was fast as hell. I ran a fucking like 4.34.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's fast.
Yeah.
That's fast.
Then you talking about my
power range.
Do not try to get me to. Don't ask for that shit now, bro. We talking like 16, 15. You know what I mean? Niggas is about 35. We talking 20 years ago. But, like, I was fast. So Eye Shield kind of just, it hits home. But if we talking about just pure watching, there's something, I don't know why, it's something about Ace of Diamond that I just can't get enough of, bro.
It's the emphasis on growth.
I believe that.
I think it's the emphasis on growth.
Right.
Like,
we saw my man he was trash, bro.
Garbo. That pitch was like, it was a missile that fired off the right direction once every blue moon.
Right. And now look at him at the end of fucking season 2, which is 170 episodes.
Yeah. Mind you, most of these are at least 12 to 14 episodes at a minimum. They're good short seasons, but when I say they are packed with I think I've had a tear in every last one of these shows.
Oh, most definitely.
Except for the bottom two, Basquatch, which is the very center bottom.
Oh, yeah.
And Try Nights. Those are the only two that I did not shed a tear.
No, so Try Nights, I ain't shed a tear for Try Nights, but I enjoyed it a lot.
Oh, definitely.
I was, it was one of those that like you was mad when it finished.
Mm-hmm.
You was like, damn.
Yeah. Try Nights is rugby.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Try Nights is about rugby.
Yeah.
Basquatch.
Never again. Never again. Never again.
Never again what?
That man tried to play.
You said the R word, man.
Rugby's
scary. Come on, let's scrum up. Come on, let's do this.
Rugby is scary, bro.
Rugby is.
When I say
okay, I'm not a.
When
go ahead.
So my roommate.
You gotta be built a certain way to play that sport.
Listen, okay.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. This is logic. He was like, bro, if you play football, because I play football.
Right.
If you play football, you would like rugby. I went to their practice just to play around. And the very first leg, like, I wasn't the fastest, but I was fast enough to get away. I don't like to get hit. That's where my speed from. I got hit. And when I say I thought JBL from WWE clothesline fuck out of me, like, I'm ready to fight, bro. I was about to fight. And so when I tried to hit dude back, he hit me with the strongest stiff arm I've ever felt in my life. And I was like, nah, bro, I gotta go. I had to leave. 2 plays, I had to go.
That's literally what I said. Oh, bro, rugby is if you added wrestling to fucking football, bro.
It is the most amazing sport in the world.
That shit
in the world
with no pads, bro.
The most amazing.
It's great to watch. It's great.
I've always gotten grief for what I'm about to say, but as a wrestler, I really don't care because that was my sport in high school was wrestling and tennis, actually, tennis and wrestling.
Hey,
but
I'll fuck with you.
Hey, but I cannot stand football. I've never liked football.
What?
I've never liked football.
Oh, man,
I honestly can say, like, I know teams just from like general knowledge. I couldn't. Yep, nope. Don't ask me nothing about it. I barely know how the plays are run. I don't like 2K, not like or whatever it is.
Madden,
yeah.
Blasphemy.
You are hurting my heart.
I was about to say, hold
on. Ask me to play rugby. I'm all in.
Nah, we talking about NFL football. I didn't like it for the longest for the dumbest reason as a kid. I used to like watching King of the Hill, and every time I wanted to watch King of the Hill, either the Jets or the Giants were playing, and I was like, get this shit off my screen. I want to watch King of the Hill.
Yo, watch how you talk about the Giants.
No, I'm just saying I didn't like football because of that. Because I want to watch my TV show, and it got preempted. So it took me a long time to warm up to football.
All right, so one thing though that I've noticed, and to any of our viewers who like sports anime, they're gonna get us for this too. I noticed on the screen we do not have Haikyuu up there.
We don't.
Haikyuu is one of them.
Oh, definitely. There is a.
You don't like volleyball? Watch Haikyuu, and I bet you love that shit.
Oh yeah. Haikyuu is another one of those goats. Like, I have a list of quotes from anime that are life lesson quotes, and I've got at least 7 or 8 from Haikyuu.
All day, bro. All day.
Like, it is amazing. When I do Motivational Mondays, the podcast I do for that one is just like 5 tips for this, 10 tips for this. I'll eventually be doing something from Haikyuu as well. Like I said, the last one was from World Trigger. This Mondays is going to be actually from Fruits Basket. So
I could
that
never
one,
get in the fruits basket, bro.
you
I just couldn't.
we'll
get
break
it.
that down later. I'll break that down later.
I
Like
couldn't do it.
I had to eventually look at it just for the culture because it is one of those.
I've heard that it's one of those, but
It's
I
one of
can't
those, but
do it.
it actually
I keep trying.
ain't bad. The premise ain't bad.
I've heard.
You know.
Word.
Now, could they have done it differently and made it more edgy? Oh, most definitely. Because okay, so we'll come back to the sports thing here in a second.
Yeah.
The premise of Fruits Basket is there is a family who is linked, their souls are linked to the zodiac, the Chinese zodiac. So when they're touched by the opposite gender outside of their family, hugged by them, then they turn into that animal.
I heard.
Dragon,
I heard. And
bear, dog, whatever.
Yeah.
Right. That could easily be an epic fighting show.
But that's
all
not
day.
the direction it took.
Yeah.
All day.
Oh yeah.
That's not the direction it took.
But that's not what it took. It went slice of life.
It did. It went slice of life. And
it was straight slice of life.
Threw me off. Like, oh, because when I heard the premise, I was like, oh, what? Okay, yeah. we talk dragons, tigers,
right?
Like, and I was like, oh, what is this? Like, this is not what I was expecting.
Yeah, yeah. So, but they got some good life lessons in there. It is a slice of life. They got some good life lessons in there, and it's not as bad. It's not as bad as you would think.
Yeah, I'm not big on slice of life anime, so that might be why.
That's probably why. I don't think a lot of guys are. I'm not gonna lie.
I come across one or two, and I'm like, yo, this is hard.
Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I think my girl was one who was like, she really liked this. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and look at it.
Yeah.
Actually, about 2 episodes in, I got hooked and started just watching it myself. So it's not bad. It's not bad.
I made it to like episode 4.
Okay.
And I think that's when I was like, I can't do it.
And I think that's a good thing. And that's another conversation for another day too, is how far into an anime should you go before you stop? You know what I mean?
Listen,
like how far it's giving you the chance.
That was back in the day. Because now I'm on some stupid shit where like if I start it, I gotta finish it.
See.
And I'll be struggling with some. I'll be like, oh, man, why you did this to yourself? But if I started it, I'm like, yeah, I'm
gonna finish it.
If I get past episode 1, I give myself episode 1 because you gotta at least watch one episode to really decide if you can watch an anime or not.
Yeah.
If I watch episode 2, I have to finish.
Got you.
Which leads me to my blasphemy.
I don't agree.
I could not
you agree
into AOT.
I don't agree. I don't agree. I feel like you need more than one episode for an anime.
No, you do. I'm saying though, for me, if I go past the first episode, then I can't. I gotta keep watching. I
was about to say, like, I know it one anime I could never get to it. Like, it was like 2 episodes I couldn't get into it, and then that 3rd or 4th episode stuff started making sense. Like, okay, let me go and finish this out.
AOT, but that first season just started off so slow. They like, I was like, I can't do it. And I've heard about the second half of the first season, the second season, third season. The fights is crazy. And I'm like, if I'm gonna watch it, I gotta watch it from the jump. So I just let it go. I let it go because I can't get through that first half of the first season. Bro. It's so slow.
All right, now I'm back. Sorry, I'm back, guys. You had to go grab some food.
I understand. You good?
Okay.
All right, let's switch to ears because that's a whole other conversation. That's a whole other topic in itself.
Almost there.
So let's come back to the sports.
Yes.
Tell Jay, because was Jay who's the one who came up with this topic last week?
I think so.
About sports.
Oh, it was Voqab.
Vocab.
Okay.
Okay. What is your? I mean, y'all almost the same person.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
True.
What is your favorite thing about sports anime?
Sports.
Other than just fact that it's sports.
But nah, so
That
I know
makes
what you're
sense.
getting at. I know what
That
you're
makes
getting at.
sense.
Can't argue.
I
Yep,
love
that's a legit argument. That's a legit argument.
I love how so for me, I feel like sports anime is like a dream come true to sports fans because you sports anime basically gives you the sports that you love to play or watch and then like takes it to the extreme level. Like you ain't never gonna see the type of shit in real life that you see in sports animes. Ain't nobody fucking karate chopping a volleyball into the most accurate acute angle. Like that shit ain't happening. You know, niggas is not
Respect.
pulling up from the whole court dropping threes like
Yo, Midoriya was dropping them from.
Kuroko like that, and
Yeah.
this nigga shoots threes like that as a regular three, bro. Like my nigga's like, okay, inbound the ball. There you go. Niggas is
Yeah.
not doing this shit, bro.
He didn't take a step. He just said, "Hand me the ball."
Exactly, and it's
Yeah.
like so you get to see, you know what I mean? I think at the
I
end
think
of
that's where Curry is from.
my guy fucking was running at the speed of fucking light, bruh. Who does that?
That's a good point.
Like, I mean, no, I don't think like I mean it was sound, speed of sound, which is slower than speed of light, but like still, like I think it was like a 3:8 or some shit. Like, what you're doing? What you ran a what? So you get to see. First of all, you get to take sports from like real life and then mix it with anime that you love, and then watch what happens when they make a baby together. And it's such a beautiful baby. Almost 9 out of 10 times, the baby is fucking gorgeous. There's there is that one time though that the baby is an ugly baby.
The ugly baby.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Not all sports animes are fire, but for the most part though, they be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just
okay.
Let's take a sport and then erase physics. That's basically what sports anime is.
I can respect that. I can respect that. That is what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is factual. That is very factual.
That is facts.
Right, like,
that is true. That is true.
Yeah. Rod, what about you? Have you seen any sports anime? What do you favorite thing about them?
Okay, my favorite thing is let's piggyback on what y'all was saying about suspend the disbelief of physics and everything.
Yeah.
But another aspect is you actually, and this is something you see a lot in sports too, is you see the team come together, or you see the team grow together as individuals.
Yeah.
Like Haikyuu's a good example. Another one is we haven't mentioned this one. I'm kind of surprised at Prince of Tennis. That was one of the first sports animes a lot of people got on.
I was gonna say I recently came across.
I was really thinking about that.
Never knew about it. I just came across.
That's like the OG.
It was on
anime.
It was on
He's one of the OGs.
It's like the One Piece of sports anime. It's like the One Piece of sports.
Right, so I'm like, I just came across it. Sadly, it starts off at like episode 50. So I won't ever get to see 1 through 50 through Funimation, but it takes it from episode 50 all the way to where it's at now, which is like 7 seasons and some shit.
Yeah, then they had an epilogue. They had a second series too. I'm not sure how long it went.
Yeah.
Nah, it's more than one series. Season. So this shit is crazy.
Yeah, it was good. One of my homegirls in college, she was a big Prince of Tennis fan. She was like, you need to start reading that Dragon Ball and Naruto shit and just read Prince of Tennis. So I was just like, I tried it, but then I ended up finding Death Note and Fullmetal Alchemist. So
yep, that'll change. Yep, that'll switch gears real quick. Death Note will switch your gear real quick.
That's God tier.
Yep.
I don't care what nobody say. If you ain't got Full Metal as God tier, you not an anime guy.
A lot there.
You know
That's a
what?
legit
I'm not
argument.
gonna
That's a legit
argue.
argument.
That's
I can't
like,
argue.
come on, Full Metal, bro.
If you,
They
I
hit
can't argue.
everything, bro. You got story, you got fight.
Like I said,
you
it's
got
story, the fights. Yeah.
Political intrigue.
It's the blueprint
Drama,
of anime.
Right.
You can't.
Political intrigue.
It's a good blueprint.
It's one
Say
of
it
those
again,
that
Nfamous.
like it hit. It got something for
Oh, yeah.
everybody.
Oh yeah.
It got the perfect comedy, and then it also pulls on your feelings a little bit. This is,
They do.
I mean, if you watch Full Metal and didn't cry, at least it's something wrong with you.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like
You ain't
I
shedding out
cried.
one tear, bro. Come on, bro.
I did. I definitely did.
Nigga turned his daughter into a dog, bro. And they're still.
Yo, I'm still mad about that. I'm still mad about that. That's been 15 years.
Still relevant, bro. Look
No.
how
He did not turn his daughter to a dog. He fused his daughter and his dog.
He fused them together.
Same shit.
Not
Just like
only
he
he
fused
fused
his
his daughter and
wife
dog, he did the same thing to his wife.
together.
Yeah, people forget about the wife. People forget about the wife.
Don't forget about the wife. Legit.
Yeah. Like he did that to get his licensure, and then said, "Okay, I'm gonna do it again to my daughter." You couldn't find a random animal out in the wild, like,
Or at least like a prisoner or somebody, a bum.
Man, come
Look.
on, bro.
yeah.
It's sad.
He is the
All right, we're not,
definition of
like-
Vietnamese.
Yeah, that's another.
Right,
That's a whole other thing, fam. We're not going
We
into
could
that.
literally spend an episode on just Full Metal.
Yeah, or like the moral greatness of certain
Yeah, we gonna
characters.
be up 4 hours
Your
again.
moral
Going
greatness
like,
characters, right?
Come on. Let's get
All right, Infamous. Favorite thing about sports anime? What you got?
yo. So it's hard for me to say my favorite thing because only 2 of them on that list that I've watched.
No,
Megalobot
just all sports anime. What's your favorite thing?
Harujuro Sima. Out of all ones, other than the sports itself, we got one. I forgot one. Basically, piggyback on what he said, it's the whole fact that we getting what we want with no reality in it.
Okay.
Like the reality just disappears in the whole concept. And which is kind of fun, but to the point where just recently I've been watching videos and the dude had side by side the volleyball anime, I can't pronounce it, don't try. And he had dudes in real life mimicking
I saw
the
that
fucking scene.
Yeah.
I saw it. Yeah.
That shit was hilarious. Like that was perfect.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that, it give people ideas.
Thanks.
True. I
What
think
we feel about
mine
Ippo?
personally, of course, there's the rest of that.
Nah, I said
everything that you
Ippo.
all have spoke. Huh?
Jay said we forgot about Ippo, but that's how.
Oh, he
that's how
mentioned
we
it. Yeah, he mentioned
segued
it earlier.
into this.
Oh, don't
Now,
worry. We're gonna
Ippo.
break that down later. Trust me. We're gonna get into them. We're gonna get into them.
But
Oh, yeah.
But I got another thing about sports anime. I was just thinking about this just now, thinking about different sports animes. Would you consider stuff like maybe, because we're thinking about the whole sports aspect, something I always thought was a sports anime, in my honest opinion, was Beyblade. It felt like a sports series to me. They had different seasons.
Because it was like a tournament type of.
I could do that.
It
Yeah.
technically is.
Yeah, I would consider. I was wondering if y'all would consider that like a sports anime.
Yeah. You got your team. You got them coming together. You got them competing for a certain goal. I mean, you could almost pick. There are certain ones like was it Aesthetic Hero? The Aesthetic of Rogue Hero, something like that. Where like they were doing the mech tournaments.
Right.
Metabots could be a sports one.
Yeah, I can see that too. Yeah.
Metabots. On. Side note. Yes.
I can see that.
You know, it could be.
What about Yu-Gi-Oh?
But yeah.
I mean, well, if you
I was just about to bring that up. I was just about to bring that. Maybe the first season. Maybe the first season. Maybe the first 2 seasons. Maybe.
I wouldn't say that because you got to think sports in and of itself is a physical thing.
True.
Right.
True. You know Beyblade, they added the physicality. You know, like the Beyblades will link to the players.
Right.
Running around, you know, like so it was physical in some kind of way.
I know I mentioned this anime last week, but Akaro no Go kind of like a sports anime, but it's a board game. It's not a sport,
Now,
but
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah,
I feel you.
yeah.
It
And
has
that and
sports
Hikari, that's a good
aspects.
one. That's an old good one.
yeah. But then something else with now I'm thinking about one of the things that we all do like about sports. I just thought of this right now: the human drama element of it. We didn't even
Oh, of
mention that.
course,
That's
of
facts.
course.
That's facts. That drama be real, bro.
I mean, but think about it. I think the one thing about sports anime that draws those who have played a sport is we remember the drama on the team.
Like legit. This is
Hmm.
real. Like this
Like
is real stuff.
that was not faked. Like we remember
Right.
going through those situations.
That's another reason why I love sports anime, because even
Yeah.
taking like the physics out and just doing stuff that we can't do in real life, they still include real life sports things. Like they
Hmm.
follow the rules. Like they not bending the rules of the sport or whatever. Like they follow the rules of the sport. They're bringing in the aspect of the team society like that. You build a family with your team, bro. Whether
You
you
do.
like them or not, it becomes like, because you with them damn near every day. You gotta practice, especially with football when you're doing 2 days and stuff like that.
Yep.
When you wake up in the morning, bro, they're the first people that you're seeing, minus who lives in your house. Because before school, you got practice with them, and then
Yep.
when school is done, you got
You
another
got
practice.
practice with them. Yep.
Like it's you spending a lot of time, bro. You build relationships. It becomes a family, bro. And like
Yeah.
you got to depend. Then you got when you talk about sports like football and soccer and basketball, like team sports, bro. Without them, it don't matter how good you really are, bro. You could drop 50 points and lose a game, bro. We've seen it happen.
Yep.
So you gotta love
Yep.
sports
At
anime.
Bradley Beal.
Sports anime, and almost every sports anime had that slice of life kind of thing to it, bro.
I mean that, and the thing is that they are slice of lives with just an added touch
That's what I'm
of
saying.
something else. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. So, okay, what I was gonna say, I'll go and throw mine in real quick, and then we'll go to the next piece of this with the sports
Facts.
anime. Um, of course, everything that everybody said, I definitely like that. The other piece of it for me though is it's seeing those individual moments of growth.
Right.
Like as an empath and as a life coach, I enjoy, and as an educator, I enjoy watching people have those aha moments.
Right.
Nothing brings me more joy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
You
seeing
preaching, bro. You
them,
preaching.
this is what I was supposed to be doing. Dude, I should have been doing this. This is where I would Yawamusha Pedal, Anoda. I love that man. He's the main character. If I'm gonna pull this back up here real quick for y'all. He is in the top center, the guy with the glasses in the very front. He's the main
Yeah.
character of Yamusha Pedal. It's a bicycle club. And this
Yeah.
man used to bike from Akihabara to his school every day on a mommy scooter with a basket
Yeah.
carriage on it.
I
We're talking
remember.
about, what was it? A couple cities away almost from where he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. I think it's like two cities.
2 cities away,
Yeah.
and he would bike it, just pedal bike it. Doo, 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 doo.
Like
And
it was
these dudes are
nothing.
like, "What do you? Yeah, you need to race, bruh."
Like you doing this on a regular basis.
And guess what he was doing it for? To hit the anime store. Come on
Right.
now,
Like just to
just to get his comic books, just to
right.
get his figures, just to
He's
get
like,
his
oh, I
anime.
need to go here. Let me jump on the bike real quick.
Right. So, and the fact that he was able to pull every one of those hardcore jocks when the tank started singing the princess song as they were biking up the hill in the middle of the final high school tournament.
That's so
And he was like, dude, why do I feel like I have more power now than it was more so, it was just rhythm. It was a
right.
cadence. That's all it
Yeah.
was. It was a cadence. And
And
but the
people be
fact that they
sick.
kept singing it and they was passing people by, Everybody's like, "What are they singing? What is this sound coming from behind us?"
That shit works though, bro.
I'm telling you.
As an athlete like that, when you get a rhythm in your head and you start following the rhythm, that's why they even say, be careful of the music you listen to when you drive because it can cause you to speed,
Oh,
literally just
definitely,
based off the rhythm and shit. So
definitely.
so like that thing is musicality really plays a part in sports, bro.
Yep. Yeah. And in anything you do, like, and this is
Right,
kind of a quick aside, and this is more on a mental health tip. And I'm sure you all can agree with this.
right.
What comes in will come out one way or another.
Oh, that's facts.
So
What's
what
in the
you
dark
listen
will come to
to,
the light.
exactly what you do, that what comes into you, what goes into your soul, what goes into your heart, what goes into your mind, your ears, will eventually come out in action at some point. You know what you listen to overnight, what you like you saying, you're driving, what you're listening to while you're driving, it will eventually come out. Now I'm not gonna say that it gonna cause you to do, all these horrible things, but
Right,
it will eventually start to affect you. So in little ways.
that's facts.
Yeah, we back
But
on.
so back to our anime. Go ahead.
Who me?
I thought Infamous said something.
Oh, I thought so too.
Oh no, I thought I was still muted. I was talking to myself saying, "Ain't we back rolling?"
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought you said, but I wanted to make sure.
Nah, you good. You good. So we keep bringing up a couple of them. So I'm gonna start with the first one.
All right, let's get it.
Uh, Hajime no Ippo.
Bro,
I don't have the image of it. I'll find one here in a second and throw it up on the screen. But vocab.
listen. So, first of all, I was late. I was late. I found out about Hajime no Ippo in like 2014, 2015, and I had to find it on Kiss Anime. Yeah, we was talking about this earlier. Them Kiss Anime days, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Really like, and I watched from the very first episode all the way to the end, which is one thing I was glad that I was kind of late for because it meant I could binge the whole thing. That's just to me is the greatest boxing anime to ever do it. Like even though it's an OG, it beats out Megalobox. It beats out what the hell is the name of that other one? I can't remember the name of it, but like it's just
Peppy and Joe.
yeah, growth. Like we was talking about growth. Like watching Hajime from watching Ippo from when we first get introduced to him to where he is as the champion. That's come on, bro. Come on, bro. We watching man's train too, like legit train every day, all day. It's not even like they just kind of hinting at it, like, oh yeah, he trained. Like we're watching him train, bro. Coming up with these different techniques. When I'm
Here
trying
he
to
is,
remember the
Ippo.
move, the rolling joint. I'm trying to
Dempsey.
remember.
The
Say it
Dempsey
again.
roll.
Yes,
Dempsey roll.
Dempsey Road.
Dempsey Road, which was another thing I looked about it. It was based on real
Was real
boxers,
boxing
bro.
based on real boxers.
And
Yep.
Dempsey was a beast, bro. In
Dempsey
real
was
life,
small,
Dempsey
compact,
was
and a monster.
he was a monster, bro. Then
Yes.
that's another reason why I love Hajime no Ippo, which I was talking to who I don't remember who I was talking to, but boxing, like when we grew up, boxing was something big, bro. Like
Yeah.
you fucking
Yeah.
watch niggas box, bro. Now, like boxing is relevant still, but it ain't what it was. Like now, everybody just want to watch MMA. They're like, well, motherfuckers are strikers, so we can get the boxing aspect plus all of this, which I get, but that there's just something about pure boxing, bro. That like I love, and I used to box when I was young too. So like,
We also grew up with parents and old heads that
True.
we could
you
walk out in
feel
the middle of the
me?
street, throw on some
Like, bro,
gloves, and
I
go
can
heads
Right.
see,
up.
I've seen not live, but I've seen Muhammad Ali fight, bro. Like I've seen
Yeah.
VHS and stuff like that of him fighting, bro. It wasn't talking about just well, Muhammad Ali's the greatest. I can say I seen him fight. I know why he's
I
the
watched
greatest.
this fight.
I've
That
seen
man
him
was a
float like a
beast.
butterfly and sting like a bee.
Yeah.
Bro, first of all, when he get into this bag right here, you're not touching him, bro. That footwork was something ridiculous. You talk about man's ballroom dancing in the ring, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's not even a joke, bro. So like that's how Jermaine had that pure boxing art, which brings me to something that it got to do with boxing, but it don't got to do with anime. It's like the era we grew up in, to niggas who watch boxing now, bro, they will never really understand the Roy Jones Jr. that we know.
The
Because
Roy
he
Jones
Yeah.
didn't
rap.
when he was supposed to. So this era, seeing him get knocked the hell out because he like 50 still fighting. But the 90s, Roy Jones that we grew up on, the man who
He was
Y'all
a
remember
monster. He
Headbangers?
was a monster. Him.
in the game, it's over with. Like,
Y'all remember the song? The album he put out?
yes.
Can't
Oh,
be
Lord.
cut, can't be
yeah.
stopped,
Oh, yeah.
can't be moved, can't be rocked.
And he was really that guy, bro.
He was that dude. He was.
that guy, bro. When you
Yeah.
talk about middleweight like that, it was bro.
Tyson. I actually had a video clip I found somewhere.
I've seen
I was gonna throw it on
Tyson live.
Tyson's still scary now if you see some of his recent videos.
here. No. But Tyson was sitting next to Ali on a couch on a show,
Yeah.
and he said, "Who's the greatest boxer alive?" Tyson got up, turned around, got on his knees, and bowed.
Yep. I saw that.
I was
And
like,
bowed to
"That's when you know
Muhammad,
that's
yeah.
real respect."
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you gotta love it, bro.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, boxing was called the sweet science for the longest time. I don't know what happened with boxing, but it's more like I don't know because even growing up, I like more the middleweight fights than the heavyweight fights.
Bro,
Oh yeah.
middleweight fights
Heavyweights are
was
always
just-
slugfest. They're always slugfest. That's what they're
middleweights. With middleweights, you got to see the heavy hands of a heavyweight
for. Yep.
with the
And the
agility
footwork
and
and the
speed of a
speed.
lightweight, bro.
Yep.
Like middleweight and welterweight, those two classes, like you can see anything, bro. You can watch a motherfucker dance around somebody, and you can watch a nigga get hit with the wrong hook that put him to sleep.
Dropped
like
him.
that, bro.
Yep.
Man.
And they gone. Like I don't know what happened to boxing. It's like a lot of boxing went to MMA or they went to WWF.
MMA, bro. MMA is what happened to boxing, bro.
And they just couldn't adapt. They couldn't adapt. And then Mayweather being 50-0 playing and being a defensive fighter also helped the sport a lot too.
Which I love, bro. I can't stand when people talk shit about Mayweather on his boxing. They're like, "Oh, it's boring." But nigga, it's technique, bro. You just mad because he's a defensive fighter. You like a lot of people just like watching people get knocked out, bro. But to real like boxing fans, bro, watching somebody who could really like just do this to you all fight and beat the shit out you, bro. Like this is it right here. He rolling. Maybe flip this way. I love it.
I mean,
show me the technique.
It's technical. I mean, I get it too. Like I was never been a big fan of Mayweather's personality wise, but he has a good technical style.
When we talk about boxing, like, cause let's just be real. Mayweather's arrogant. He an asshole. You know what I'm saying? He ain't shit as a person. But when it comes to that ring, you can't.
He conducts an orchestra.
Away from him, bro.
He conducts a symphony in the ring.
He's one of the greatest to ever do it, especially in his weight class, bro. Like,
yeah, that's the thing. Like he's a technical fighter. I mean, he's an asshole, but he's a technical fighter. You gotta give him his props. As much as you don't want to.
What technical fighter was not an a-hole?
That's a good question. That's a good question. That's a very good question.
Oscar, even though he had
De La Hoya?
He had
he had his moments. He had his moments.
Bravado in the mug, bro.
He had a little asshole.
He had bravado like a
I couldn't hear the question, y'all.
Wait, I might have one. I'm thinking of one. Maybe Sweet Pea. That's the only person I can probably think of. That might be more language barrier, to be quite honest, because he didn't speak a lot of English. He was only Spanish.
What about Mosley?
The question was, name
asshole?
a technical boxer who was not an a-hole.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You think Mosley's an asshole?
Yeah, I can't.
Not really. No.
Sugar Shane.
Sugar Shane, bro.
I'll give you that
A
one.
little cocky, but I wouldn't.
I'll
say
give you that one.
bashful.
I'll give you that one.
Yeah,
But he also came from a different era.
Yeah,
True.
Era.
That's true. No, I didn't.
He came from the era that we talking about.
No, I didn't. But Sugar Shane is old. Sugar Shane is like.
Sugar Shane come from the era that we talking about, the 90s.
True.
Roy Jones Jr. and them. I seen the fight where Evander Holyfield got his ear bit off by Mike Tyson, bro. Like I was watching that shit on pay-per-view. I seen it.
True.
The people of this generation, they heard about it. I seen it. I was like,
we watched it.
Just bite that nigga, bro? Like,
yeah. And like we say, yeah, we were there. Like going back to what we were talking about, with not Roy Jones, Mayweather. We talking about technical boxing. I mean, you can even apply the same thing to basketball. I mean, we grew up in the '90s. We grew up with like the hard defense of the Knicks and Heat.
I'm gonna be right back. Hold on. I'm so glad
like if you think about it, Mayweather's kind of like the old Knicks, and because I mean, NBA is more offensive now than it's ever been in my life. It's not you can't even play defense anymore. Like I know people are like, what happened to the defense? Like the offense just sells more, and the sport was getting boring. It's the execs and the sponsors were tired of like the 67, 75 games. Like they were tired of those scores and the Jordan rules. I mean, there's a whole lot of
now. It keep lagging. Like I say something, it lags like a whole minute. But now in the NBA, it's like even though it's offensive minded, it really shows the teams and the people who are defensive minded. Because they're the ones who are making defensive plays.
True.
What's his name? The Clark. He's known for his defense. That man can score his ass off. He is known for his defense. You got players who are known about that. And see, the thing is, it's not the fact that defense is there. It's the fact that if they play any kind of defense, they give fouls and flagrants because they worry about the health of the players.
Yeah. Which is understandable.
I don't know what you just did. Hold on, real quick. I don't know what you just did, but whatever you did with the phone, the last couple words, it cleared all your echo up.
Like I just yelled, like for real.
Oh well, now you're clear now. I don't hear the echo.
Oh.
Sadly, the case is destroyed, so I don't have to pay no more.
My bad, Rod. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
I don't know. What I was saying was the defense. VHA says, but what I was saying was what defense ain't what it was. Whoa, that also 92? Oh, wow.
Irvin Magic Johnson, bro.
Hold up.
Last All-Star.
Full screen.
Put that back up, please. People.
Magic.
Wow. Woo, so many Hall of Famers in that game. Woo, boy.
So Utah. Oh, shoot. Yes.
Man, that's NBA Jam era right there.
Yes.
This the 93 joint is the one where Jordan had the that one fadeaway game winner in the All-Star game. I believe that's the one.
Oh yeah, the shot.
Yeah.
See, so this is what I talk about. Like we was there, bro. We was there, bro. I have these shit.
The 99 Reggie game.
Don't bring that up. Oh man, I think that made me stop being a Knicks fan. Man, listen.
I love that. That was the only time I actually followed basketball. Like those 3-4 years right before that,
Right.
98, 99, when the Pacers were at their peak, and then after that everything dropped.
Let me put this back.
Malice in the Palace. Also, y'all should watch that Malice in the Palace documentary on Netflix. Ooh. That was some heat right there. You want to talk about some heat? And Major Manuel looked like a dumbass, but that's probably another conversation for another day.
Yeah, we'll have to have an actual sports one. I'm gonna let y'all run that one when we do it. But we will have a sports day. Yes.
Yeah, I know. My girlfriend said she became a big fan of Steven Jackson after watching that documentary.
See, there you go.
Because she never saw it. I was like, wait, you didn't see Malice at the Palace? I was like, we're watching this.
Right, we gonna watch this tonight.
It was good. I mean, listen, because I forgot Reggie Miller was even on that team that year. I totally forgot.
Yep.
I was like, that was his last season. I was like, oh damn.
Yeah, his last one when Reggie was Reggie was a force.
Yeah, we're definitely need a sports episode, especially with the NBA releasing that. They did, with the 50th anniversary season, they did the 50 greatest players. They did the was it 75 greatest?
75.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I saw some people were arguing why Vince Carter wasn't on there. I'm like,
yeah, that one got me too. Vince deserved to be on there.
Vince wasn't on there?
No.
No.
Why not?
I got a perfect reason. There's only one reason I can think of, honestly. I think he played too long, and it's a quality over quantity thing. Quite honest, because that's what I think. My honest opinion. I think he played too long and ruined his mystique in a lot of ways.
That's the same shit that I was talking about with Roy Jones. How this generation seen a different Roy than we see.
Yeah, than what we know. Yeah.
But I feel like even though he kind of messed up his legacy a little bit by staying in so long, for what Vince was doing,
and now
it was enough to keep him on that 75. But we talk about Vince, bro. The same way Steph Curry,
just like AI
with shooting. That's what Vince did with dunking, bro. Nobody was. We seen dunk. We seen,
it's like Vince dunking, AI's handles, Shaq's dunking,
Vince, bro.
Rodman's
was literally doing
tenacity. Yeah, he was. Vince was a monster in his earlier days, just like injuries, and then I was in a group of mine. Someone was like, the biggest what if would have been Grant Hill, but it's like, injuries got him, so it's understandable why he's not on the list.
Man, Grant hurt. That one hurt a little bit because.
Grant, I can get if he wasn't injured, he probably would. He would have been a monster.
Pistons Grant was.
See, Matt, Tracy.
We definitely need an episode on the NBA 75. That's because I see some good snows. I'm like, oh, but some of them make sense to me. But I think I added too many recent players for my taste. But that's just my opinion. I think I added too many. Because I know Steph was on that thing, so Giannis was on there. I'm like, why is Giannis on the list? But that's probably another.
Deserve to be there at all.
I'm gonna tell you why they put Giannis on there. Because one, that growth that we was talking about earlier. Because when Giannis came in the league, he was trash. And
but we didn't talk about the top 75 greatest growths.
But I'm gonna tell you why. It's because when the list came out. Giannis was coming off winning a championship. So his name right now is super relevant. It's buzzing in everybody's head. Then on top of that, it's like when LeBron brought a championship to Cleveland. It was big like that because the Bucks ain't had a championship. And I don't think ever, matter of fact, I think this was their first one. If not, the last one they had was like in the 60s.
I think they got one when Kareem was here, if I'm not mistaken. I can probably check that real quickly here.
Right, that might be in the 80s. So, but it's been like 20, 30 years. Or more.
I think it's been at least 50, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's been at least 50.
Right.
Let me check.
So that's why. So right now, it's like if you talking about the greatest boxers, you got people who is a thing, and then I come out of nowhere and I can knock Muhammad Ali out, and then I go knock out Mayweather. You gonna be like, oh yo, that nigga Voqab fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those.
They have to remain relevant to the current audience. I guess.
Speaking of which, I want to make a disclaimer for our viewers. To all viewers of this era, we're not shitting on this era. We acknowledge that Giannis is fire. We acknowledge that LeBron is.
Oh yeah, that boy is fire. I've seen it up close. That boy was fire.
Steph and all of them. Don't get it twisted. Just because we reminiscing as old heads talking about our 90s basketball and early 2000s does not mean that we're shitting on y'all 2010 basketball and shit.
Not at all.
We acknowledge that we got some fucking legends out here. You know what I'm saying? First of all, Steph Curry is.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He
I
picked up
came up
Reggie's
in the era
mantle.
of Reggie Miller in
Yeah, he picked
That
up
man
Reggie's
is
mantle
not
and
great.
ran with it.
Allen, and
Oh yeah, definitely. I can see that.
Yeah.
Ever.
He got that. He got that.
That was like a handoff. That was a direct
exactly.
handoff.
So like,
Or he can say, to Ray Allen. He could say Reggie Miller,
Yeah.
Ray Allen, this stuff. If you want to go that way.
That's why I literally said, I was like, so don't get twisted. Don't think it's here go the old heads again. You know what I'm saying? Because I know we do get like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to hip hop, where I can I can talk for a week about mumble rap alone, but we not gonna
go there. We're not gonna go there. Not today.
No, not today. That's a 7-hour podcast right there.
Exactly. Right. That's a week. That's a 7-day podcast.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I just want y'all to understand. Like, we not hating. We love this generation of basketball too. Just let the old heads have our time to reminisce, bro. Everybody on this podcast is over 30.
One day they're gonna be the same. Yep.
Because y'all gonna be the same way, bro. You know what I'm saying? When this class that just came out, Kate Cunningham and all them niggas, when they're in their like 10th season, then the niggas who came up in the LeBron and fucking Steph Curry era, y'all gonna be us.
Exactly. The cycle continues. The cycle continues.
So, just let the old heads reminisce.
Yeah, but just to answer your question about the Bucks, they didn't win in 71. I just checked that real quickly there. So they won in 71.
It's been 50 years, legit.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
That's
all right,
scary.
So we're gonna go back to the sports anime. I'm gonna end it out with one last question.
Let's get it.
Okay.
One last question. All right. And that is this. Whose teamwork is
made
the
the dream work?
Whose synergy?
IQ.
Whose synergy? And we don't have to keep it to these two shows.
Oh, we don't got to keep it to these
We don't have to keep it to these two shows.
Okay.
Who had the tightest two-man synergy, at least two-man synergy of all the ones you know?
Well, if we talking two-man, then we probably do got to go with these two.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're going duo, yeah.
Two-man, like,
especially because volleyball, you need a good duo, depending on what type of. Their sport almost gives them the win automatically.
I don't know because Kuroko, you pair him up with any one of the miracles, and it was
right.
Like Iomine,
yeah.
Like him with an Iomine, like in his random ass shots,
exactly.
Like,
and that's why I gotta give the high Q because with Kuroko, it literally what his style of play was making everybody on the court look
the best.
Good.
Yeah.
As far as high Q, fucking this nigga's the setter, bruh. He has the same role
as Kuroko. Yeah.
However, his main target is our little nigga. Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when he's setting to everybody else, they don't have the same kind of attack as our little nigga, bro. So I gotta give it to them just because their teamwork is unique to them. Whereas Kuroko is a passer. Like that's what he's for. And how it finishes doesn't matter from who he's passing.
Okay, I can see it.
You know what I'm saying? Like if he gives it to what's his name? Aoki or what
Aomine or yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It might end in a dunk, or you pass it to Littery, and then it ends in a 3 or whatever. But who's being scored based on their aspect? He's just the one who distributed the ball. And then on top of that,
but what about
when
Tanaka?
He started shooting, he lost.
I mean, for IQ though, you got Tanaka. You know, Tanaka's cuts was lethal at the end.
It was
because of that set.
But you're not looking at little nigga for the cuts though. You know what I'm saying?
His cuts, Shoji's cuts was amazing. Don't get me wrong, Shoyo's cuts are amazing. Yeah. I give him that. But I'm just saying, like, I feel that Kuroko and Kageyama, the setter, they had the same job, was
Right.
to make
That's what I
everybody
said.
else
It's
look
setting
good.
up everybody else.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's like they're the foundation,
I feel so out
and
of
who
place.
you pass it to is how it finishes. Is how
Right.
what'd you say?
I
I
said they're
feel
the
so out of place. They
foundation,
ain't
and
seen them
then
yet.
whoever they pass it to is just how it ends
Oh,
up finishing.
I feel that respect.
Right.
He said he ain't seen it
Oh, yeah, yeah, I know.
It's
You
okay.
know.
Don't worry. It's volleyball. It's kind of hard to not know what happens in a volleyball match.
True,
I
Setters
mean,
unless
I
you
know
watch it.
about.
hit the
I
ball.
know. I know volleyball. I just haven't seen NA.
Yeah, no, I know. That's why I said there's no way. There's no way to like mess up a sports anime if you think about it.
That's kind of
Like
true.
it's a
That's kind of
sport.
true.
You know how the sport plays. Like
Right. I mean, but you know, Shoyo, he not, you know what I mean? Like that's my
you like him because
little
he's
nigga, bro.
short. You like him because
That's
he's
my,
short.
that's my nigga, bro.
Let's be
You
real,
know what
bro.
I'm saying? I'm a little nigga, bro. But my thing is like, all right, so I feel like because he's a spiker, bro. He's a spiker.
Yeah,
One, he's spiking, and then two, he's playing defense, bro.
yeah,
In volleyball, like
yeah.
as
That
as somebody who
changed.
played basketball, I'm like I fooled around with volleyball, but that's like fun shit. Like I was actually playing basketball. Your height as a point guard isn't as crucial as in playing volleyball, bro. Like you gotta get
True.
up there, bro. You gotta
Yeah,
get
his
up
hops are
there.
crazy.
So like if I'm in a position like Kuroko is,
Yeah,
being a good passer my height doesn't really affect that. Am I
right.
nice with the handles and passing? But he gotta be nice for what he's doing in volleyball. No matter what position you play, you gotta get the ball over the net, bro. And the net ain't
Yeah,
changing.
True.
You gotta
yeah.
get over that shit,
It's
bro.
not moving.
Exactly. So you just
Okay.
you know
Right.
what I'm saying.
I don't know. I say it's a tie between these two pair. I think it's a
It's a good,
tie.
yeah. It's a
It's
good,
Yeah.
definitely a good
good
matchup.
comparison.
Yeah.
But could you also say that they're both the top two for two different reasons because of their sports as well? Could you
Yes,
throw that argument in
Oh,
there?
exactly,
definitely.
exactly.
Definitely.
So
Okay. So let's do this then. Top fighting sport anime, in your opinion. Who wants to start?
fighting
Okay.
sport.
Fighting sport.
Fighting.
So sumo, boxing. Um, what else we got? I'll even
Hmm.
throw. Well, no, sumo and boxing is pretty much it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that as far as
Yeah,
fighting sports, that's really it.
that's pretty
There,
much it
there
right
was a
now.
wrestling anime, but
What
I
was it?
can't remember
Ultimate
what it's called.
Ultimate
Which one?
Muscle?
That
Was it
would be
Ultimate Muscle?
considered one. Ultimate Muscle. Or I was
Yeah,
thinking you think it's like
yeah, cause
Tiger
that's
Mask.
wrestling.
Tiger Mask,
Tiger Mask is wrestling.
Okay.
Tiger and Bunny.
but I'm gonna
Oh, that's a sports anime? I didn't know. I didn't know. I did not
Well,
know
it's a
that.
fighting anime. It's like a
Oh, okay.
fighting
true.
competition thing, but I don't think it's a sport. So no, probably Tiger and Bunny probably wouldn't fall into a sport.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
so Baki wouldn't fall in the sport.
Baki is not a sport.
No, hockey is not a sport because
No,
hockey
legit
is
question. Legit question.
Boxing,
You know they
sumo.
just dropped the new Baki like solo anime.
Yeah, I saw that.
I ain't watch it yet, but it's on the list.
it's it,
I'll have to take a look at it when I get
it's
a chance.
good. I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah,
I'll take a look at
you
it.
won the fights that you was hoping for in Baki.
Isn't it just him training to get ready for his dad?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
literally
basically
that's
Okay.
he's training to get ready for his dad, but how he's doing it, he's fighting other people who his dad respects. And that's all I'm gonna say.
right.
Ah,
That's what I heard about it,
got you.
and I read the little description.
I mean, that makes sense.
Oh, that's not. That's like saying Gohan's fighting everybody that Goku fought to fight
Right.
Goku. That makes sense. I can kind of see from that angle.
That actually makes sense. Yeah.
So if we going just fighting, I gotta give it to Epo, bro. I gotta give it to
Epo.
Epo.
Okay. Okay.
First of all, it's a long anime, so we get a
True.
lot of good content.
You do.
The nigga Epo, we watch him from a bitch to the guy.
Literally. Literally.
Like so,
Literally.
it's like you know, I gotta give it to Epo, and the man had hands, bro.
So
So
I want to give it to Epo. I do.
from-
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say Megalobox.
It's also limited too.
Strictly because.
Megalobot.
Okay, shut up.
Over Epo?
I haven't watched
I
enough of the fighting
don't
anime
get
to give
to-
a good opinion, so I'm just gonna sit this one out.
No, you good. You good.
I'm gonna give it to Megalobox.
Don't worry. We're gonna switch gears here in a second.
Strictly because the fact of the matter is like the guy is going against in lifetime he's going against Cyborg on his own. It's basically real still anime form.
Exactly.
Like he got skills, but he got
It's real
skills
still in
enough
anime
to
form.
fight.
I like that.
Yeah, like he got skills, but he got skills to fight people with enhancements out the ass, and he's just a regular guy in the
He
beginning.
got enhancements too.
No. You gotta remember.
His is not
He
like
was
that.
gearless Joe. He did not wear gear, and
Yeah,
everybody
I
else
know.
had gear on.
Oh, okay.
Like he was regular boxing, Sharod.
Yeah,
And
he was.
everybody else had on this like metallic
but he
arm
couldn't see
gear
Epo though.
to make his fight, make them move
It's
quicker
basically
and stronger.
he was
and
fighting
all of that.
Jack. Put it like that. He was fighting
Jack.
that's built
Yeah,
like Jack.
it's
from Mortal
basically-
Kombat.
Oh, okay. I can kind of
He
see
was
that.
fighting
Okay.
Jack from Tekken. Right. And
Okay.
he's a scrawny dude.
I
Like
mean,
he was a boxer. He was
and
good.
using straight
He had that
skills.
one episode where he was wearing that red shit though.
Now in the second one, he did put on the one,
He did.
but that was out of respect. That was a respect thing.
I'm just saying though, if Joe and Epo box, Epo is dog walking.
Now
That's what I'm
I'm gonna
saying.
tell you this.
That's what I'm saying.
I love both. I love both.
I'm gonna respect your opinion though,
That's
because I'm
cool.
a good guy.
What y'all gotta understand though is the OG still stands above,
That's what I'm saying, bro.
and that's Champion Joe.
I feel
Champion Joe
I'ma
was
say
the
this.
OG.
You gotta think about it.
Megalobox came out as the 50th anniversary of
Yeah,
Champion Joe.
that's Champion Joe. Yeah, that's why he was Gearless Joe.
He was Gearless Joe. That's why.
Yeah, that's why. But
Okay.
I don't know.
The
I still got
storyline
Epo.
of Champion
But-
Joe was similar to Epo.
It was
So
Champion Joe was that guy.
So
I gotta go with Champion Joe.
my thing was, if you put an Epo over Joe, I just want to add fact that Epo was human going against human, but the fact of the matter, Joe was getting hit with niggas with gears, with enhancements. Does that not play a factor
But
in Epo versus Joe?
Epo versus
So do
Joe.
you think
Epo
that
dog
Epo was
walks
hitting
Joe.
his hardest?
But Epo versus Joe,
Epo versus Joe. Epo dog walks Joe, bro.
I don't see Joe winning.
He
I don't
does
see
not
the
win
new
that,
Joe
bro.
winning.
He does not
Champion
win
Joe, yes. But Megalobox Joe, I don't see him. He's not taking the Dempsey role and not
that. He's
dropping.
not, bro. He's not. He's not surviving the Dempsey role, bro.
Like that's not gonna happen.
It's not. It's not
He
happening.
was a brawler that happened to be good at fighting, at boxing.
Exactly. That nigga Epo trained.
Now Champion Joe,
He got
Oh.
brawler and technique.
he
bro.
would have rocked Epo.
Yeah,
Would have rocked Epo.
he would.
Like, you can't even argue that.
Hey,
Hey,
but
we
Epo
need
will
to-
put up a
we need to
fight.
hit up deathmatch and try this. We need to put in this in deathmatch.
I'm with it.
I'm thinking.
But they did one. I mean, one of them against.
You
I
think
But
don't
didn't
think
that match
Dan.
do a boxing match? I think the Boa versus I think Ipo or somebody. I don't remember. I don't remember the exact match.
The Tanaka fight, Vocab with
Say what?
Ipo? The Tanaka fight, the
Bruh.
other hard hitter like him.
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying.
They're like this dude. No,
Epo's hands are fucking deadly, bro.
like especially now when he does the stutter step with Dempsey.
Right. You
Like it's
gotta
like
remember.
gear 2.
You gotta remember, Epo
Yeah.
is a heavy-handed fighter with technique, bro.
Yeah.
You're basically taking the strength of a brawler and then adding technique to it, bro. Like, come on, Epo.
I don't see that one. We're gonna have to disagree on that, Infamous.
He too frail, bro. Don't get
I don't
twisted
see-
though. I
took
enjoyed
his
when
time.
little box. I rooted for Gillis Joe. I was like, yo, that nigga nice, but he not
And
seen
for the show
Epo,
he was
bro.
good. Even
He not
Chief.
seen Epo, bro.
I don't even think if he'd win against Chief, I don't know if he would have won.
I don't. He not seeing. What's Epo's rival, Masako or something?
Oh,
like
that's
that?
not happening at all.
Something with an M, right?
That Miura or something like that.
Miara or something like that.
Yeah, that wasn't happening.
Yeah.
Gillis Joe
That's
ain't
not
seeing him, bro.
That's not happening at all.
He's not seeing him, bro.
That's not happening at all. At all. It's
Muhammad Ali Jr. beating them all though.
Did he?
Now that would be a crossover.
That's coming from boxing.
Epo going over there. That would be a crossover.
Sendo is his name.
Sendo.
Sendo is his name.
Sendo. Yeah, the other heavy hitter. Yeah.
Oh no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about.
No, Miura is the one that was in the gym.
Miura, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Something with an M.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Sendo was the one that was the other heavy hitter
I mean,
with it.
Sendo is also a rival, so I can see
Yeah,
why.
he is. I mean, he got like 5.
Miyata.
Like 5 of them.
Ichiro Miyata. That's his name. Ichiro.
Miyata.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
First,
let's go ahead and switch out of sports mode. Anybody got anything they want to finalize it with?
I want to finalize
I'm
it with
good.
all my viewers out there that are watching. Go watch real boxing. Bring that shit back to life, bro.
True. I agree with that. Bring boxing back. Bring the middle class and muscle weight back. Bring it back.
We're not telling you stop watching.
I want to
MMA.
say, go
MMA
watch
is
Roy
fine.
Jones.
I watch both.
Go watch some old Roy
True.
Jones boxing matches.
Go back and watch Roy Jones. Don't watch this Roy Jones. Watch 90s Roy Jones that we was watching.
Watch Sugar Ray Leonard.
96,
Watch Pernod Runiker. Watch Oscar De.
Watch
All right.
Watch Hitman
Viewers,
Hearns.
you got your homework.
Oh, that's a good one. Or a Martin episode with Hitman Hearns.
Yo, remember that? You beat the shit out of that. Yeah.
So, I'm gonna throw this in. This is another throwback to our last week's conversation, and I got a feeling we're gonna do this going forward. Every time we got some stuff that we need to finish up, I'm just gonna randomly toss it into the next week's conversation.
All right, that's cool.
We on number 2. Let's get it.
So here we go. This is from our conversation about Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't finish that. We did not finish that.
I stand by this, man. I don't remember who it was.
What the
Ranger, I'm so done.
Wow.
But I agree with everything they say here.
Y'all gonna have
Who
to
wanna
read it to me because I can't look at it.
I got you. I'll read it. All right, we're going to start with the left side. The actual saying wins most of his fights.
The actual saying
and
is SSJ4.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The actual saying is SSJ4. It's a picture of him on that side.
Wins most of his fights. Terrifying presence, and no other Z fighters can keep up except Vegeta. Smart, wise, serious, experienced, and will kill any threat. Always ready and tank the sun's heat. Will fight blind, put his foot in your mouth, and dragon fish your ass. Keeps trying to fight after losing and finds a way. Right side, a fan service Power Ranger.
Which is the Goku
fights.
Blue. God mode.
Goku Blue, right, yeah. Loses most of his fights, trains with gods, absorb God Ki, but 17 Frieza easily kept up without Godkey. Is a retard, acts like your annoying 7-year-old cousin, always being surprised in fights like it's his first fight. Godkey fails and needs a new form to win against teenage girls based fusion. Lost to Black in 5 minutes and ran away twice.
Oh, I got.
Ooh, let me go on this. Let me go in on this. I can
Go
answer
ahead.
all. Let me go in on this
You got it, Rob.
because a lot of people, I can tell who wrote this. They're Dragon Ball GT fanboys. They're Dragon Ball GT fanboys. And here's the thing about Dragon Ball GT.
It's not canon.
GT is good. Don't get me wrong. It had some good ideas, just wasn't properly executed.
It was
But
not
for
properly
Super,
executed.
and the same thing's happening with Super, unless you count the recent stuff in the manga that hasn't been animated yet.
Right.
That's a whole different animal.
That's a whole
Now,
different-
that's a whole different animal, especially Vegeta's new form. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't want to spoil anime onlys. I'll leave it at that.
Right.
But at the same time, yeah, there was God Key, but they introduced that. But you got to think about 17's an android. He has infinite. He has the infinite engine. He can probably keep up with Goku anyway, with or without God Key. Frieza was a prodigy. They said that numerous times. He never trained a day in his damn life. He trained for 4 months and got the golden form. So I wouldn't even use that's a weak ass argument. Anything with the tournament of power also is a weak ass argument because that was a 48-minute fight. If you think about it, it was more of an endurance fight than anything else, which is why I always contend
Why are you fighting for 48 minutes?
it was a 48-minute fight.
That's
The tournament of power would have worked better if they did like the Dark Tournament and Yu Yu Hakusho, but that's another conversation for another day.
Ooh, let's not talk about you.
Hey,
I'll say that for another day. I'll say that. No, I'm just saying the structure.
You gonna get Jay started.
No, I'm just mentioning that because when they were first doing the tournament power, I thought they were going to go that way, and I just finished seeing. And I just finished. I think My Hero just did the sports festival arc animated right when I aired too, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, to continue my point, with Dragon Ball Super, yeah, I think the tournament power was just a 48-minute endurance fight. It was a 48-minute Royal Rumble. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's just keep it a buck. So if you're saying, oh, Goku lost to 210, dude was tired. He was fighting for like almost, I think, 30, 35 minutes? You'll be dead tired too after that. I think a lot of people forget that about the Tournament of Power. 48 minutes. That's why, like, one of my favorite speeches was that last Vegeta speech. I'm not sure if y'all remember when he got on the what was his game name? Belmont, the God of Destruction for Universe said that Vegeta.
Yeah,
like,
I know you're talking about. Yeah.
I don't know if y'all can find a clip or anything, but that speech is like 48 minutes. That's all we have for this tournament. 48 minutes. And us saying we kept breaking our limit and breaking our limit and breaking our limit every time. We kept coming back to fight, no matter who it was. Kale, Kava, all of them did the damn thing. And then that last part was just like, find a way, Kakarot. You can do this. Find a way. Break the limit. Step into the realm of the gods. That is one of the most motivational speeches I've ever heard in the history of anime. No lie, no cap.
I wish more people called Goku Kakarot. It's such a great name.
Well, he did. Broly to call him Kakarot.
Right.
That's true. That is true.
Here you go.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
I'm gonna go after the.
Let the speech play this up. Let me mute myself because I know I'm gonna go here.
Lord.
Did it go? Hold up.
Obvious the inevitable.
Fuck epic.
Epic.
Thank you, beauty.
It's such a great speech, bruh.
It's a great speech.
Like, you're ready to do anything after hearing a speech like that.
Now, for the argument of Super Saiyan 4 versus Super Saiyan Blue, I am not by any means necessary a GT tard. I'm sticking with that. I dislike GT except for 2 of the sagas. I love Super Saiyan 4.
I'm the same way.
I can understand that.
Strictly. This is the reason why. When y'all remember when Gohan was Super Saiyan 2, how his whole mentality changed. And if I'm not mistaken, somebody said something. I'm thinking it was Vegeta. The more you get into your Saiyan self, the more you be revered as a Saiyan. the more you act like Saiyan. Okay, the definition of a Saiyan is arrogant and cocky. We saw that with Super Saiyan 4 Goku. We saw that in any other form but Super Saiyan 4 Goku. We saw it coming up. It's just the Super Saiyan 4 form was like the definition of a Saiyan 4 Goku. Where we got Super Saiyan Blue, where it's just like really just Goku went playing in a freaking cotton candy machine. Like he's still Goku. He doesn't really only part of his Saiyan blood that he's really using is the eager to fight. But he's not in Super. Goku has never been to the point he just had to kill somebody except Frieza. Cause only reason he killed Frieza was because he saw what Frieza did, and they had to bring back time to do it.
True.
In GT, that Super Saiyan 4 Goku was on his shit. When he gave that little mercy, and I think it was Ice betrayed him. Oh, you saw what happened.
That was made sense, but you gotta think about it also. If you think timeline wise with GT, that's an older Goku too. If you think about it in a lot of ways, that's an older Goku. I'm gonna give GT a point there. If you think about it, that's an older Goku.
Old man Goku.
That's
That was
an
Goku
older
with a
Goku.
really short fuse.
Yeah, that's a 50-year-old Goku. If you really think about it, if you think about the age, because in Super right now, Goku and Vegeta are in their mid-40s. GT, if I'm not mistaken, Goku and Vegeta are like I think pushing 60 at that point. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm not 100% off,
they was old.
Was 10. Was 10.
Yeah, like I said, I think they're close.
At least 50.
Yeah, they're close to 60 at that point. That's older. That's what I'm thinking. GT, you have to think Goku and Vegeta are 10 years older than they was at the end of Z. If I'm not mistaken, maybe 10, 20. I'm not 100% sure, but I know they're close to 60 at that point. In Super, it's been established that
the form itself, though, makes more sense. Super Saiyan 4 makes a lot more sense than Super Saiyan God.
I can see that argument, and I'll give you. I think I can argue both at the same time. If y'all let me argue both of these for a second.
Go ahead. Because afterwards, I'm about to wreck all of this.
Okay, Super Saiyan 4, I get it from a thematic sense. Super Saiyan 4 was a great idea. It's like you brought the Zoro power back, which is what they're trying to do with Super with Broly, but I'll get to that in just a second. But Super Saiyan 4, the way they did it in GT, it made sense. You brought the tail back, which was something that was forgotten with the Super Saiyan forms.
Right.
Having the tail back and getting another different power up on top of that, thematically was a genius idea. Very thematic. Especially when it happened in the Baby Saga, and you had the Golden Ozaru Baby versus Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Great fight. Excellent fight, don't get me wrong. But Super went in a different direction. They decided to lore build even more. Because the thing with Super compared to GT is, Super did more lore building compared to GT. They tried to build the Universe 7. I guess we can both call them Universe 7 at this point.
Yeah.
GT tried to do the world building, but the crowd wasn't liking it. In Super, they baby stepped it a little bit. If you think about it, you did Resurrection F. You did Battle of Gods, cool. Resurrection F, okay, cool. You brought Frieza back and made him plot relevant again, cool. And then you go Super, you do the Universe 6 versus Universe 7. Now you keep lore building very slowly. Now we all will admit. I'll admit myself, I think the Goku Black arc, I think everybody universally agrees, good idea, bad execution. Right. Like, personally, I think you should have switched the focus to, that should have been a Vegeta-centric arc with Vegeta and Future Trunks defeating Goku Black, would have been a better story. And then you can just switch the focus back to Goku for the Tournament of Power. Even with the manga stuff, the last arc could have been more Vegeta-focused. I'll leave it at that. The current manga arc seems to be going, especially with the recent reveal of the new chapter, with more lore on Goku's father. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to spoil the anime, only if we're probably like 2-3 years away from that being animated anyway.
Most definitely.
Right, pretty much.
Yeah, 2 to 3 years. And then we got the Dragon Ball Superhero movie coming out. That's supposedly 1 year before the last tournament in Z. That's
Right.
supposedly what's going on. But like I said, like I can explain both. They think both of them. It's two different timelines at this point. You can like the
Right.
GT timeline, that's fine. You can like the Super timeline. That's going to probably be the more canonical line going forward. Nothing wrong with that.
GT is
And
not
who's the,
canon.
yep.
I'm just going to
Okay, you
say
said it
this.
again. I'm coming to Orlando. We're fighting.
It can be canon. It's different timelines. So you get two canonical timelines. I mean,
I'm
we all
gonna
watch
say
Marvel. We
this,
all watch DC. They have multiple timelines. I mean,
like
look
I
how
did
popular
last
Injustice
time.
got.
Hey, let me say it one more time. GT ain't finished.
I said I'm gonna say
I'm
this
on
like I
my way.
said last
I'm
week.
on my
I'm
way.
just playing.
Like I said last week. What Rod said, I agree. As far as 4 is the logical plot line of growth for
Yes.
any Saiyan.
That's facts.
It went Uzuru, which is supposed to be his highest form, to Golden Uzuru, to 4. Anything that happened after 4, he could have been 4 with blue fur. I'd have been okay with it. You know what I
I can
mean?
see that.
He could have went God mode 4. I would have been completely cool with that because it still keeps it with the Uzuru and everything else that you've had since Dragon Ball. Since
Plus,
day 1.
SSJ4 is just so appealing, bro.
It is.
Look
It
of
is.
That granted that
Now, here's where again I will repeat, and people can hate me, and I don't care.
I hate
But we
you.
had this conversation last time. Gohan should have been the one to get Ultra
Boy.
Instinct.
it made thematic sense.
It
Facts.
made thematic sense. You're right.
Bro.
Think about it. He trained with the Kais. He specifically, multiple times, had unlock in every game, unlock potential, unlock this, unlock that. Everything this man has been doing since Z has been him unlocking powers within him without changing. The dude never went past SS2. He
True.
went 3 for sale for a hot second.
Quick second, yeah. That shit
You know what I mean? And he after that he never went past 2 and still kept up with Goku God Mode Blue.
True.
But
Never
can
went
we
past
just-
SS2.
Can we have a moment of silence for Team Gohan? Because Team Gohan was just the truth, bro. And they did my man dirty, bro.
But that's my thing. They didn't. They technically, if they wanted to, if Toriyama wanted to, he could easily take
No, he
what they
didn't.
did to Gohan. He didn't what?
He didn't want it.
Did my man dirty.
He let the fans take
Oh yeah,
over,
that
bro.
was the fans. Yeah.
The fans did it.
Exactly.
They want Goku to leave.
Mm.
I blame all you
Yeah,
Dragon Ball
that's
Z fans for
fine.
this.
Goku
no.
didn't have to go nowhere. But all
No,
they have
he
to
didn't.
do, they could easily turn this around. The
Right.
tournament power could have been Gohan's turning point. It could have
That's true.
easily
That's
been Gohan's
true.
turning point. The man left and was studying, became, like we said last week, he became a doctor.
He did.
And then trained for 4 months with Piccolo
and became
and was
Saiyan.
throwing hands with his dad again.
Yep. He became
To the
Saiyan.
point where Goku specifically stated, you know what, I keep forgetting that the only person who keeps up with me is you.
Outside of Vegeta, but that's
Outside
true.
of Vegeta, right. And the man never passed SS3.
That's why this is. I'm gonna. You don't mind if I just go on a little
Yeah, go
sideways?
ahead.
I think Vegeta's always been low key disappointed in Gohan because he sees the potential and he sees him not
yeah.
using the potential. I think he's
Hey.
always low key. I think
knows
Vegeta's
Gohan
always been
is a
disappointed.
bad boy. He knows it. He's been trying to get Gohan to fight for the longest.
For the longest, bro.
He's been trying to piss Gohan off since he met him. Think about it.
That's true.
That's real shit, bro.
It's real talk. He said, I just want to see you get mad once.
One time, bro.
One time.
One
Gohan
time.
has never been. The last time Gohan got mad, Cell
When
died.
Cell, exactly.
Period.
That's real shit, bro. And he was the first person to go SS2.
That's the last time that man got mad.
Legit.
Man,
The last time Gohan,
And I do got a question for y'all after this.
Person to go Super Saiyan 2.
Okay. Go ahead.
About the question?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's finish with Gohan first because it's kind of outside that, but it's still Dragon
Okay.
Ball Z related.
Okay. But yeah, so if they had let Gohan go SS2 and then go Instinct, you could have let Goku keep 4, go Kaioken, God Mode Blue, let Gohan have Ultra Instinct because that has nothing to do with God powers.
That's right.
Gohan straight up said, I don't want to do it like you did. I'm going to find my own way to get as strong as you without going through and dealing with the Usuru and all of that. Because he was, okay, and here's my thing. He said that in Super, which was a tip to a non-canonical, and I use air quotes, GT build of Goku.
Mm-hmm.
There was no other reason for him to say that. None.
Nope, not at all. Mm-mm.
So Gohan should have been Instinct, which would have threw that whole fight a whole different direction.
Oh, that was
Tournament of Power would have been a whole different fight at that point.
it's a good what if. It's a definitely good, like if Goku
Definitely
got
a
it, but
what
then like if Goku got it first, but then Gohan was the one who got the master. Like Goku got Omen, but Gohan got the perfected version. Might
Right.
have been
Well, no. Think of it. SSJ4 God Mode is what gets unlocked in the tournament, and Ultra Instinct and Gohan gets unlocked in the tournament.
Oh god, that would have changed.
That would have been fire.
And then Vegeta's unlocked mode of God Mode gets unlocked in the tournament. That would have been the trifecta.
That would have been cool, but knowing some of the manga stuff, I think Vegeta would have probably had to wait another saga. Just to be quite honest, going with
they probably would have.
Go on,
You know, in the manga, Gohan fought the girls.
Yeah, he's the one who took out the girls. True, but in the
Goku fighting
though. Gohan the monk. Other people forget how much of a monster he is. If Gohan, that's why I'm really kind of low key looking forward to the new movie because I think Pan might be more of a monster than Gohan. If you really think about it.
I do believe it because Pan doesn't have her dad's control.
Mm-hmm.
Pan does not have her dad's control at all.
Yeah, because I know what came out of New York Comic Con. They said Piccolo's been kind of low key training her. So.
And okay, so can we also look at this? No one keeps taking into effect Gohan's genetics. Gohan has the strongest genetics on the planet Earth right now.
True. No argument there.
Gohan, Gotenks, Goten. Or Gohan, Goten, and what's the other one? Yeah.
Trunks and Bola, if you want to count her too.
No. Just Chi-Chi's kids.
Okay.
Who is Chi-Chi?
The strongest, technically one of the strongest women on the planet.
The Ox King's daughter.
Was she sexy?
Who is the Ox King?
He was one of Master Rochi's students.
Who is he? What does he run? What is he? A god. A literal deity.
Yes? Wait, bro?
Yeah, I know that.
If I'm not mistaken, he was the one running hell for the longest in Dragon Ball.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did forget about that.
Yeah, he was.
You sure about that? Oh.
I thought. I could be wrong.
I'm
not running it, but he was.
Somebody double check that.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
I can't do it because it's gonna kick me out.
No, Oxing was in charge of Fire Mountain, not out.
Y'all can get back to me on it. Let me know.
Okay.
But I know that
I think you're talking about King. You're thinking about King Yama.
King Mama. Yeah, that's Yama.
Yeah, King Yama, yeah.
Yeah, that's King Yama. But I mean, he was like
the
No, he wasn't a king. He was a king, but he had his own mountain. No, you're thinking of
the
Kami.
Fire Mountain.
He had the Fire Mountain. I think you're thinking of Kami. You're thinking of Kami.
Okay.
Kami was a deity.
There you go. Yeah. So what? But what was he? Was he a deity or was he just a human that ran a mountain? I mean, who runs a mountain other than a deity?
He was the king of a Fire Mountain.
Exactly.
Okay, Fire Mountain.
Fire Mountain.
Like, doesn't that make him a deity of some sort? I'm just saying. Does
he's considered a demon king, kind of.
A demon king.
Yeah.
So the daughter of a demon, quote unquote, demon king, is now breeding with the Saiyan.
True.
And producing Gohan as the first offspring.
True.
Which is a monster.
Facts.
And then you have Gohan.
Stress.
Then you have Gohan mating with Videl, and she's probably one of the strongest women fighters, not counting Android 18, out of human women probably.
That's a whole nother piece that I haven't even touched yet. Like, her kid, is it android or is it human?
Who, Pan?
No, Marin.
Marin.
That's a good question.
Android or is she a human?
I think they're just humans. I think if I remember 17 and 18 grade, they have the internal engines in them. That's what makes them androids. But they can reproductive organs
of a person.
Yeah, because 18 and Krillin had
right. I'm just checking. I don't know. I don't know that part.
Yeah,
but yeah.
That's probably just the easiest way. That's the simplest way to describe it. Yeah, but they just have they have. Think of them. They're like Cyborg from DC. It's probably the easiest way to describe them.
Gotcha. Okay. I was like, I never touched that part. And I was like, I don't want to go into that because I have a feeling I'm.
But keeping it with Gohan, like we're going back. Okay, Chi-Chi with Ox King. Okay, that's Ox King's daughter. Then you have Goku, one of the strongest mortals in the world. With Chi-Chi, probably one of the strongest women human fighters of her generation. You get Gohan.
No, just racial. Not even their abilities individually. Their species DNA.
Okay.
The genetic mutations that happened from them having kids.
True.
Genetically, Gohan is a breed above every other creature on Earth.
True. No lie there.
I got something to add to that.
I mean, Vegeta even said.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if y'all seen the movie when we met Vegeta's brother, Tarble, but he explained something that kind of tailors to what you're saying. And the thing was, like, Tarble, like, I have a girl and she's pregnant, whatever. And Vegeta's like, when the Saiyan breeds another species, don't have to be human, any species, that offspring will be stronger than all species combined.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. And he married the Ox King's daughter. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I see where you're going there.
So that's part of probably why he's keeping up with Goku in God mode as SS2.
Can he go home?
Yeah, but the thing with the Super Saiyan transformation is, I think they said this somewhere either in a dub or a guidebook, but the more you're used to the form, the easier it is for the less energy output they have. So Gohan as a Super Saiyan 2 could be theoretically stronger than a Super Saiyan 3 or even a Super Saiyan 4.
Oh, easy, because that's all he's been using. Think about it. That's all he used since he was a teenager.
Since he was 18.
And dude's like 30 now.
Yeah, so he's probably mastered Super Saiyan 2, maybe even his ultimate form if he can. Look how quickly he got back into that with the tournament power. He just trained with Piccolo.
It was like 4 months with Piccolo, something like that.
Nah, it was like 4 days.
Well,
4 days.
Hold on. Ho.
That makes it even scarier. When you think about it, that makes it even scarier. That was a day. Yeah, that was a couple of days.
Yeah. So Gohan transformation. I'll say this because people don't get it. When Boo came, Gohan does not remember how to go to Super Saiyan 2. He stopped training. He can remember Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan is in his blood because his dad told him, like, as long as you know how to keep your base, you good.
Right.
But he didn't turn Super Saiyan 2 again until Boo came out, and it wasn't enough.
Yeah,
then he got the Mystic form. Yeah. So Gohan, he knows he can do it, but it's never truly been said that he controls Super Saiyan 2. Now, Vegeta and Goku know how to do it. They just like that. Majin Vegeta is Super Saiyan 2. People forget that.
But the thing is, though, even with that,
Majin
I
Vegeta Super
agree
Saiyan 2.
with you. But when they were training for the Tournament of Power and he was sparring with Goku, he just jumped right into two and
Yes,
started fighting his dad.
that's when. So yeah, that's when the jump. In that time, he figured how to do it. But people think like that, Majin Buu saw he could have went Super Saiyan 2. He did not go
Oh,
Super Saiyan 2 to right before Majin Buu beat his ass.
yeah. No, he never pulls it out unless he got to. Never.
But for Gohan, the Super Saiyan transformation was more emotional than physical. Because
Mm-hmm.
remember,
Yeah.
Goku said you need the need and the desire. That's something I've always
Always,
remembered. That's why when I brought
always.
up the topic last week about the horror movies with Super Saiyan, I was thinking about the desire and needs. That's what I
Yeah,
was thinking.
So,
I agree.
That will probably trigger the transformation in horror movie you're trying to live. That should be enough to trigger a transformation in
Right.
my honest opinion, just to bring that back up.
Okay.
But it's the need and the desire. Gohan 7 years apiece. Vegeta kept training. Gohan just chilled and did what he wanted to do. He didn't want to fight.
Right.
So he's
he
rusty.
hasn't
So
studying, bro. Big brain.
Gohan's a big brain. That's the
Okay.
thing.
Yeah. It's another thing about the transformation that people tend to forget that was explained. That is canon, even though it was explained in GT, but it's canon that certain certain species of Saiyans can't do certain transformations. So
Right.
we
Yeah.
know Gohan
Yeah.
can go up to two. We don't know about three per se, but Gohan and Trunks, other than Vegeta and Goku, are possibly able to go to four. Goten cannot go past two if he ever tries. Strictly
Right.
because Goten was the one Saiyan that was born without a tail. He didn't have a tail.
Right.
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 No, he had a tail. They just cut it off really young, so he never had a tail technically.
Goten,
Yeah,
Goten,
they put
Goten.
they
He okay. He was born with. He never had a developed tail. Let me make that straight.
yeah that
He was
that
never
that
able
Yeah.
to develop.
You know, Gohan
sure.
had his full tail.
Trunks had one.
Yeah.
Trunks and
So
Gohan, they did.
with that, with, with yeah, with that being said, what you said about the ultra instinct, that makes so much more sense. With that being said, like saying that Gohan might not be able to go Super Saiyan 4, it's a possibility, but he might not be able to Super Saiyan 4, and he would
Right.
take that ultra instinct instead.
Right.
That
Well, I
makes so
mean,
much
he
more sense.
specifically
We need to
said he
call
didn't want to
Toyama
go
right
that
now.
route.
There go your SSJ4 right there.
Right.
That's the thing. Like
But okay,
SHJ4 should have been more Goku
so
Vegeta's
Yeah.
yeah, so
and Broly
I
too.
got a question. I want to
And
ask
Broly,
this.
yeah.
I want to ask before I go
Broly
in
would
here
have
and
been a
drop this load.
sensei.
Cause I'm at Walmart.
Say again?
So this is my question. I got a question I want to ask before I go drop this load at Walmart. Can I be able to
Okay.
be on my phone? So
Oh
this
yeah,
is my
true.
question. I had a whole argument about this yesterday. We all know how strong Cell was.
Right.
Yeah.
We all know how strong Frieza was and
Right.
is. So this is my question. Do y'all agree that Frieza could not beat Perfect Cell before Golden Frieza?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Off top.
Before
Okay,
Golden Frieza, yes.
Before
hear
Golden.
me out. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. So what y'all saying is I agree to that, but y'all think Golden Frieza clap Cell.
yes,
Yes.
I'm not gonna
yes.
say easy.
Okay,
It'd be a
Nah,
close
I'm not
fight,
gonna say
but yes.
easy
okay.
but I think he will win.
Here,
I
here,
feel like Golden Frieza will win.
If
okay.
it's true,
Here's
Golden
my
Frieza, a
thing.
whole nother story.
You're right.
Okay, here's my thing. Without training, in my opinion, I feel like Frieza, with his ego, would lose to Cell.
Because
Here's
of the
my
ego.
reasoning. I'm gonna let y'all get y'all answer. Because of his ego, he's gonna lose to Cell.
Mm,
One, he's gonna think he's superior to Cell because he has a golden form.
right.
Two, him not knowing Cell's background. With that being said, he don't know that Cell has what Goku and Vegeta has when it comes to Zenkai Boost. That's times 10 to Goku to all the Saiyans because Cell's Zenkai Boost activates when he regenerates. So every time he gets hurt and regenerates, it's a boost. Frieza's not gonna have the want to just obliterate Cell completely because you would have to concentrate to do that. Just like Gohan had to concentrate the Kamehameha way until you would keep destroying his cell until there was no more cells left.
I see what you saying.
Frieza's not gonna do that. Even if Frieza blew up the planet, he'll not get rid of Cell.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So do y'all still think Frieza clapped Cell?
Yeah, it'd just be resurrecting F all over again, pretty much.
So no, here's my thing. I see where you're going with that,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll raise you one.
Go ahead.
Cell is the only one whose
Right.
ego is just as big as Frieza's.
I was just about to say.
I can see that. I can see
I was
that.
just about
So
to say.
Cell,
ego is
just like
also
Frieza,
something.
will tell him as they're going through why that attack didn't work.
Yep.
Dumbass. Yeah, he would.
He would. Like
He
he
would. He
he
would.
would
You
just
know
talk.
that.
He would tell him.
He
Yeah.
would. He'd be like, "Ha ha, you stupid motherfucker."
Right. Like that would be what happened.
Makes sense. It'd be a good fight, but
That'll
yeah,
be a
that,
good fight.
It would be a good fight.
So
It's
okay.
definitely not a walk in the park.
So with you saying that, it actually is funny because it segues into one of the clips that I wanted to do. I got a versus matchup for y'all, and so this is perfect before you leave. Here's the versus matchup.
Lord have mercy. Cell versus Cell Jr.
Cell versus Meruem
I got Meruem because this is regular Cell.
from Hunter.
okay.
I got Meruem because this is regular Cell.
I don't know. I haven't seen Hunter
Yeah,
this
super
far, so I
perfect.
don't know.
Okay, so
Yeah, if
my
it was
argument with
perfect,
this
then-
fight is
Perfect
if
Cell
we're
versus
taking away
Meruem.
power
No,
scaling,
that's not perfect Cell.
if we're taking power scaling, I would go with Miriam.
Right. I agree.
If we're
If you take
going
away power
with the
scaling,
power scaling,
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree.
You know, Dragon Ball Z power scaling is voodoo. Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah, that's true. Unfortunately,
So,
that's
if we take away power scaling, and let's say both of their hits are just as strong as each other, they're both at even ground, I will want to give it to Miriam.
I
okay.
agree.
It all
So
depends on who got
why
the
don't
better
you think
second.
it
Because
will?
they're just.
all right. I have a question, but
Miriam.
I'll let y'all continue because I have a question.
Okay.
But
Okay,
No,
go ahead.
ask
Go
a
your
question. Ask a question.
okay, because here's my thing. Like I said, I haven't watched Hunter x Hunter, and I'm more than likely I'm probably never because I know if I get caught up and then they never come back over another chapter, I'm gonna be
No, you're
mad.
good.
But here's my question, just with these two
You gonna
characters, because I don't know.
you go get mad.
Okay, because I'm thinking about Cell's abilities and powers, right?
Right.
Wouldn't I don't know who's like the better technical fighter or brawler, and like I said, if you're taking power
Cell.
levels out of it, I don't know what type of skills the other character has, but Goku has a lot of talent. Like he has Goku's martial arts skills. He has
Right.
Vegeta's martial power skills. He has Frieza's maybe powers and fighting ability and skills as well.
Which I
So
call
I'm not
BS
sure
on
what
that.
type of. Yeah, I'm just
You
doing
said what?
hypotheticals.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Like
No,
like I said,
I'm
I don't
talking
know.
about the fact that he got Frieza's power.
I mean, that's what he self said. He has. He's an amalgamation of the people who was his lord that the Reverend Army got. Frieza, his dad,
So
Goku, Vegeta. He didn't get Trunks. He doesn't have any Trunks' ability. That's another water for another day too. Dr. Zero did take Trunks cells as well, but
well, let's look at this. For those who've seen Hunter x Hunter up to that part, the
Yes,
anime,
sir. I'm done. I'm all the way.
think about who Meruem trashed.
Bro, I got Meruem winning.
Meruem, if we compared them, and help me out with this vocab, if we compared them to DBZ characters,
Okay.
the people that he beat, let's start with the old man that he the only person who could kill him. Netero.
Netero.
Yeah.
Who would you compare him to in DBZ?
That's a good.
Just so Rod can have an idea, like
right.
power lies.
All right. So Netero, I probably put Netero at 8. Maybe like Frieza base, like base Frieza.
You would put him at base Frieza?
Okay.
Probably. What do you think? You
I
think
would say.
higher?
Well,
Hold on.
I'm gonna
saying,
combine them.
Okay.
Rod, go ahead.
Are we
Go ahead,
saying
Nfamous.
who we
Yeah, what you
like
saying?
put him as a class as, or are we saying like
Yeah, like
who
power
we
Yeah.
level.
say his fighting style as?
Power level.
Okay, it's hard for me to do power level
No.
because
Yeah,
Like
like
Dragon
power
Ball
level.
power
Rank
Yeah,
wise.
like power level.
So I would want to say I would say I'll put him on Super Saiyan level
Super Saiyan level.
on just like
Base
a
of
base
Super
Super
Saiyan.
Saiyan.
Super Saiyan
Yeah,
1. Yeah.
complete
Okay.
Super Saiyan,
I can
not
see that. Yeah.
Frieza versus Frieza Super Saiyan.
No, yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah. I can
Okay.
see that.
Now take that. I would take that and I would add. Have you seen Sengoku in One Piece?
You
The
talking
Buddha?
Rod, right?
Yeah, nah,
Rod.
I'm just at Fisherman's Island. That's where I'm at.
Oh,
So.
okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Remember, Rod is only a Fisherman's Island. Remember, he
Okay.
just started coming like into the One Piece shit.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like I've
That's
been
what I
watching.
didn't know
Like,
if he had seen the Buddha yet.
yeah, I haven't got to the time skip, so I know I'm a long way away. I'm like on
No. You're good. You're
375.
A
good.
couple times skip.
I couldn't remember when the earliest that he's one of the Marines. He's like the head Marine, and he's got
Okay.
this giant Buddha statue that he fights with. I was trying to see if you had seen that yet.
Bro, he's
What about
who you
Naruto?
comparing him to?
Meruem. Also,
Naruto,
Meruem
I'm up to Boruto. So I mean, if
Makiro
you can
fought
compare him to,
him.
if you can compare it to like a Naruto character, I think I can
Hashirama,
get
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Okay,
Hashirama.
yeah, we could do that.
Hashirama ultimate move.
Hashirama's Buddha.
Okay, that was
Yeah,
Yes,
That's Netero.
definitely.
Ooh.
Yeah, Netero is about Kashirama.
Only
Yeah.
faster and stronger.
Okay, so a little stronger than Hashirama. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And add the DBZ stuff that they were talking about.
Okay, so we're talking like a DBZ level Hashirama. Okay.
Yeah.
Basically.
Super Saiyan Hashirama.
Okay.
Yeah.
If that's the case, that's a closer matchup than that's a close matchup. If you're
And
that's a close
the
matchup.
person who kills.
That's a very close matchup.
Right.
If I'm doing that comparison, because a lot of the high end Naruto characters like Hashirama, Madara,
Right.
a lot of them are like Saiyan Saga level. Let's keep it a buck.
Exactly.
Even Naruto and Sasuke at their peaks, Saiyan level,
Right.
Saiyan Saga. Nobody's a planet buster, which a lot of Naruto fanboys don't want to admit, but that's a story for another
They're
day.
not.
That's
But yeah,
another right.
it's true.
That's another story for another day. But if going by that comparison, if that Hunter Hunter character is about a Super Saiyan Hashirama compared to Cell, that's a closer matchup than I would probably think. It's probably one of those where it's maybe like 6 times out of 10, one character would win. I'm not sure if I'm.
I can see that.
Right.
I can see
Right.
that.
I agree. Now
Like,
I'm
it's
gonna
gonna
add
be
you one more stop to it. I'm gonna add one more step to it. The
okay.
only reason the Hashirama character won was because Meruem kept stopping the fight and asking him to talk to him.
Oh, getting sidetracked. Okay.
He was like, I need some information. They basically are ants that have evolved into humanoid
They're
intelligent
chimeras.
beings. And he is
Like
the
falling
king of
by
the
like
ants,
a
basically.
okay,
Yeah, they're
king of the
chimeras.
ants.
They're chimeras.
Okay,
Like
so
Yeah.
king of the
powerful
ants.
ass chimeras.
All right,
Right.
so he's like an ant. So he's like an ant king, Super Saiyan
So
Hashirama.
think of
Okay.
add an
Right.
ant's
With the
abilities to that as
intelligence.
well.
With the intelligence.
Same strength with ants. Cause I know ants they can do like what 10 times strength. They can lift 10 times
Right.
their weight.
So that's on
Yes.
top of all of that.
Yep.
So that's what a 60 times multiplier. Because Super
Right.
Saiyan's a 50 times multiplier.
Yep.
Okay.
So you
Cell
like yeah,
supposedly should be about a Super Saiyan 2.
Right.
That's a close fight. I think
That's a close fight.
it's a 6 out
Let's
of
go.
10. It's definitely a 6 out of 10. It's a 6 out of 10. It's a 6-4
Yeah.
matchup. If
Yeah.
you're on 10 matches, it's
I
six
can
to
see
four
it.
if that's the
Oh,
case.
and they both can. Their tails do the same thing.
Oh,
Yeah. They
that's
both
like
yeah.
that changes things. So pretty much,
because Perfect
God,
Cell
if
can't
he,
do
if
it anymore. He
that's
still can.
right, that's right. Ooh, that's a good point. So that means that other dude could absorb. Wait, that's
He can
scary.
absorb Cell.
That's scary.
That's
That's like
why I got Maryland.
that. That's scary. That's like
Yeah.
that's like when Deathmatch did Kirby versus Majin Buu, and I was like, wait a minute, Kirby absorbing Majin Buu sounds hella scary.
Exactly.
That is very scary.
That's extremely scary.
That is one like if people talk about scary fusions, Kirby and Majin Buu is a bad. No, I can't think of many characters that can beat that fusion of Kirby and Majin
that's a
Buu.
whole problem.
Yeah, that's
Don't forget Ditto.
Ditto. Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, Ditto could copy them. That's true. Damn, that is true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Man, think about Ditto. But Pokemon power scaling, that's a whole different animal right there.
That is a different animal.
That is.
Well, hold on. With Pokemon power scaling, there's at least math.
True. Okay, so next week, one of the topics we're going to talk about is the entire conversation of power scaling. How should it be done effectively to have a good conversation? Because this what we just did right here is how power scaling conversations should go, in my opinion. You know,
I can see that.
You get a character, what would they equate to in that universe? From their own universe. You know what I mean? You were able to say, okay, Hashirama, though not a planet breaker, would still have the abilities of an SS2. You know what I'm saying? Or SS1 base plus X, Y, and Z. And being able to objectively see those types of things. So I think we should really have a conversation about that because people, that whole, this verse versus this verse thing, you have to have some type of equality in there and then go from there. You know, and I think we should break that down probably next week. So if y'all down for that, all right, we'll throw that in.
Before next week, I had this conversation the other day. We was talking about Bleach and how the power scaling is kind of wonky, and I was like, Dragon Ball Z is just as bad. I was like, no, Dragon Ball scale is so inconsistent that it's consistent. Think about that.
That's true.
That's a good point.
That is actually true.
I can definitely see that for sure.
Wow.
That's scary. That's scary accurate. But like I said, if you can compare it to other series, like Dragon Ball is probably a good example power scaling wise, because you have your Planet Buster, you have the Galaxy Busters, you have your Universe Busters. So it's kind of like a good to kind of get a measuring stick. Like, let's use a modern anime. Like I said, I'll probably bring this up again next week, but let's go with a newer anime.
Y'all just had a driver leave.
Let's go.
I got milk.
Yeah, let's go to My Hero Academia. Here's a quick question: is anyone in My Hero Academia a Planet Buster?
I have Restore 1596. 3.
No. Yes.
Wait, say what? Say it again.
Is anybody could be a Planet Buster in My Hero Academia?
Todoroki is busting planets, man.
Todoroki, I can see doing it based on his abilities.
Right.
Yeah.
Based on his abilities, because of the hot and cold thing and science.
I missed the
yes,
question.
I can see that happening.
Okay. Is there anybody in My Hero Academia that's a planet that can destroy a planet? Is there anybody currently?
No. Currently, no. Shigaraki.
Y'all about to say Shigaraki.
Oh yeah, that's more of his ability.
Mm-hmm.
That's more his ability, especially in the manga. But
I mean, he can't live. He wouldn't live afterwards.
That's
but
off one can prime off one.
Also, what the fuck? Hold on, let me look. I gotta look it up for the name because I can't remember.
Yeah, it's not an exact measure for Prime All Might. I know some people think he's a Planet Buster, maybe a Galaxy Buster.
That's like saying, okay, honestly, I think this conversation is one that we should have when we go really into it because, like,
I just want this up there. Let's say this for next week. Yeah, that's just a little sneak preview. I'm just like, but when going power scaling, I think some of the newer cats too, because I know people will be like, this series and that series.
We'll throw them newer ones in there. We'll throw them in. All right, so Let's
I
switch
can't
gears
remember
real
the
quick.
person name, but
Oh, go ahead.
the person that make the black holes, bro. That's another.
Oh, Warp.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a planet buster, bro. Motherfuckers is making black holes, bro.
Yeah, but
Oh
I don't
yeah.
think he doesn't have the ability to make one that big right now because he was already having issues making the size that he was making.
And he's not real.
He's not real.
That's a spoiler.
Yeah, no.
Now
We not
Remember,
Blade
talking
Knight.
mega shit though. We not talking.
My bad. I was just saying, like, you
that's a
said,
spoiler.
right.
That's a My Hero spoiler. I mean, maybe the anime only didn't catch it, but that's a spoiler.
You gotta remember, we talking for the anime only. Bro.
Yeah.
okay, I'm sorry.
Trust me. That's why I've been very careful with Dragon Ball.
Right,
why-
exactly.
Oh, look, we're talking to everybody, so
Oh, are we?
we'll try our best for our viewers. We will try our best not to spoil things.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if we talking
However,
leaders, that's different.
If it slips, it happens. But like
Right,
I
if
said,
it slip out,
if we
that means you need to go start reading manga.
right,
Goodbye.
it's because that's a different
It's a
conversation.
different breed.
I apologize for spoiling if I spoiled it.
It's okay. It's gonna be 3 years before we get a new season anyway, so we can.
Well, no, that was recognized in this season.
Oh yeah.
I know that's why I said it's a semi spoiler.
Yeah,
I don't
this
think people
last
caught
season.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, season 5 of My Hero, like
But it's
that was
also
that's
one
a
of
subtle
those that
spoiler.
like, if you wasn't really paying attention, you could have watched.
You would have missed it easy.
Yeah,
Yep.
so,
Yeah, if you're not a person who pays attention to it, you would have missed it easily.
Yep.
yeah.
That's why season 6 is going to be people are going to get caught slipping with season 6. So.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be slipping completely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because people gonna be mad about season 6. I can say because I know I saw the comments like, oh, season 5 is boring. It's like, oh
No.
I like.
Oh, I saw that in a lot of anime groups. People like season 5 was whack. It's
I
boring.
like season 5. Bro.
So this is what I have to say to that.
It was like a
this is that same
development
conversation as people who like have issues with fillers. Remember we were talking about filler episodes?
Yep.
There's no such thing as a filler episode to me. You want a story, you want backstory, you want in-depth connection to a person, but you don't want filler.
It makes
nothing
no
is filler. It's history.
It's lore building.
It's lore building.
Well,
Thank you. It's world building.
Hold on. With the filler say, the only time I consider it's a filler when it's non-canon.
I feel that.
Okay,
I
I can respect that.
Yeah. Okay, I can respect that.
Okay, like some of the Naruto movies or episodes that we never hear about, I can think of one off the top when it was that filler arc where he met the guy that had remnants of the nine-tailed chakra or whatever, and they never spoke about it again.
So
it didn't help the story. It didn't. it wasn't no character development and none of that.
It was filler.
But
wait, which one? The one with Asuma or the other one with the or was I haven't watched the Naruto movies, but you're not thinking about
it wasn't a movie. It was actually art, a little short art.
Yeah, it was
they went to a village on a mission, and the guy arm was transformed because he had remnants.
Oh, the Sora arc. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about that arc. No, I thought that was kind of good because you got some backstory on Asuma before he died. So I wouldn't consider that filler. That's just me, because I didn't like the way. I didn't like the way Asuma died in the manga. I'm like, wait, that just came out of left field. Like
Asuma shouldn't have died.
It did come out of
left
field.
Put it that way.
The anime kind of set that up a little bit better.
Yeah.
Well, if Asuma shouldn't die, I think Neji shouldn't have died.
Bro, nobody want Neji to die.
We're not talking about deaths on this show right now. We're not talking about the deaths today.
Not the deaths, no.
Not today.
Not today, no. Yeah, say that for when we're doing the debate. But
we'll do a debate on most important deaths of anime.
That's gonna be a crying ass episode.
That is gonna be a tearjerker. I'm gonna make sure I have clips.
Yeah, someone gonna have Fantasia tears off that one.
Right.
I already know. I'm not even gonna have one. I'm gonna just have a whole anime.
Clips for all of them. Make y'all watch all of them over again.
No,
don't do that.
I don't want no.
I was talking about like best or just satisfying deaths. That's a whole nother story. I got my favorite satisfying.
Clips.
We'll mix them in.
I will cry for every one of them.
All right, my hint for my favorite one is.
What favorite? What?
Most satisfying anime death.
Oh shit! Come on, bro. We doing this? Are we doing
Old,
this?
old girl
That's
with
a
the teddy
hint.
bear.
Those who know that series know what that is.
Old girl with the teddy bear from A Comet Got
Teddy.
Killed.
Which one though? Cause everybody dead. Ooh, my bad.
Old girl with the teddy bear.
Oh,
He said, "Cause everybody." I mean, oops, my bad.
damn.
Because listen,
Oh.
A Comet Got Killed is so old. I'm like, nah, it's not a spoiler, but there are.
But you gotta
That's
realize
a-
it's so old. It's new.
There's new
Hey, hold
anime
on, Voqab. My
Yeah.
wife hasn't watched it yet, and I know
That's
she
what I
watched
just
it
said.
soon.
That's what I just said. There's new anime watchers that might not have seen it. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all just close your ears.
Yeah,
Let's rewind.
but that's my hint. That's my hint for most satisfying anime dub. If you know what series that's from, you get it.
Who?
Wow.
Say it again.
Yeah, I'll do. The hint is this.
Oh. Ooh.
If you know what series that is, that is a satisfying dub.
Oh, in the chat, if y'all watching this and you know who it is, comment it below.
Yes.
Definitely
Yes,
comment
please.
that.
If you know,
I like
Just so we can see
We
who
might
our
try to
anime
do a
heads
giveaway.
are.
We might try to do a giveaway. We're gonna give away one of
we
Voqab.
might.
We will do a
Ooh, that-
giveaway.
bro,
We
that
will
was
do a
so
giveaway.
great.
I don't know what we'll do yet, but we will do a giveaway. If for everybody who gets it in the comments.
Facts. Oh, that was
Not
a good
everybody.
one.
The first
Rod,
five.
that was a good one,
We'll
Rod.
do of everybody who gets it right, we'll do a drawing.
That
Yeah.
was a good one,
There
Rod.
we go.
that's how you do a subtle hit. That's how you do a subtle
Yes,
hint.
that was.
That's crazy.
I like how all of us saw the hint was like, ooh.
Ooh.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Though. Oh, thanks though. God, let me think. I gotta think, man, because there's.
All right.
If you know that, if you've been that far in that series, you know it, and it's just like,
Most satisfying in depth.
that's something to think about. That's my answer, and that's my hint.
I like
Okay.
that one though.
So
I like
we're gonna switch it up. I got another verses for y'all.
All right,
Okay.
ahead. Yeah, because
Ready?
I can't think about this right now.
You keep thinking about that. I got another verses for you. Here's verses number 2.
Wait, was that Godzilla?
Right, I was gonna say that look like Godzilla.
Yes.
Godzilla versus
Ooh.
Mega Kaiju.
Ooh.
So for those who have seen Pacific Rim,
Isn't Godzilla technically a kaiju?
That's
he is
what
a
I'm
type of
saying.
kaiju.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those who watch Pacific
Can y'all hear
Rim,
me?
the second one, where the kaiju merged together to become a Godzilla-like creature.
See, I don't know. I don't know because, like I told you the other day, Panda, I didn't like Pacific Rim. I didn't like it.
You know what? I think I'd give it to Godzilla, and I'm just because it's pretty hard to take out Godzilla. He's a hard person to. He's a tough one. That's a tough one.
I gotta give it to Godzilla too.
Godzilla?
Of knowing Godzilla and off bias too, because
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Godzilla takes this one. If I'm not mistaken,
plus we coming off watching him beat the dog shit out of King Kong.
Yo, I was bad about that. I thought King Kong had a chance. I thought they had a chance before I saw the movie. I'm like, King Kong might pull him upset.
I had King Kong doing some damage. I was like, Godzilla might take it in the end, but I was like, King Kong gonna put up a fight, bro. It was not even close.
I thought it'd be at least like a Jason versus Freddy fight at least.
Right.
I was
like, man. I said, yo, they did my nigga King Kong.
They did King Kong dirty. I don't care nobody
say my nigga dirty. Bro.
Okay, so you thought that was dirty, right? So we're saying Godzilla taking this one.
Yeah,
no diff.
Yeah.
No diff. He's melting them apart again and boiling them down.
Right.
All right. This next one, since we're talking about, King Kong.
Right.
Let's try this.
Let me see what you talking about.
Yeah, let's see if it comes up on the Summer Jam screen here.
Mm-hmm. Summer Jam. Oh, these niggas. Oh, I saw this shit earlier, bro.
I saw this earlier today, and I had to pull it up.
See, now...
Technically, the Hawk wins.
If you look close, you see Tony in this nigga's hand.
You do.
I said Hulk gonna win just because this nigga holding Tony like that. That shit gonna set him off. That shit gonna.
I would say that, except for the fact that I know why Hulk wasn't on the planet for Civil War.
Exactly. That's what I'm about to say. I was just about to say that.
Yeah. So for those who know, and we're not talking about the MCU currently,
Yeah.
we're talking about comically.
Comics.
For those who know why the Hulk was not there for Civil War, you understand why him dangling Iron Man has no bearing on whether or not Hulk gonna fight this man.
Right.
Oh, we going with the comic Hulk. We're going comic Hulk on this one. Okay.
Comic Hulk. Yes.
Are we going with recent comics revelations about the Hulk?
Pick your version.
Okay.
I'll let you pick your version.
I'm going with, if I know the most recent Hulk stuff, I'm going Hulk because technically what happened in his recent run in comics, that's gonna just be my main reason. I don't want to spoil him.
He's wilding in the most recent shit. They kind of OP'd him a little bit.
Worldbreaker Hulk is murdering Goku.
Right. Yeah,
I'm throwing it out there.
Right.
Anybody can come fight me. Anybody.
So
Goku's not as strong as people admit. Goku is not as strong as people want to say he is. It took me a while to come around to that Sailor Moon Goku argument. I tell you that much. I had to think about
that Sailor Moon argument. That's a whole beast. Like,
because I was thinking,
where did you come to though? What did you?
Because I always, my honest opinion, I thought Sailor Moon was a glass cannon. So honestly, my mind got changed. I still
got Sailor Moon. Bro.
Yeah, Sailor Moon all day.
Yeah, Sailor Moon. Yeah, I thought Goku at first because I'm thinking Sailor Moon's a glass cannon because she always needed time to set up her most powerful attacks. So I always thought of her as a glass cannon. So, but like I said, my mind was changed. But if we're going Hulk versus King Kong, it has to be the Hulk, no matter which version.
No matter what version.
I gotta go Hulk.
No, maybe MCU Hulk. Maybe I'm not sure, but
MCU movie Hulk. Lose it.
Ed Norton Hulk will murder him.
Okay.
It'll take a while. Hold
on. What's the
It's a war of attrition. It's a war of attrition.
It's Hulk versus King Kong.
Hulk versus Kong.
Hulk versus Kong.
If we're going with current comic Hulk, forget about it.
Yeah, more comic.
Oh yeah.
Forget
comic
about
Hulk,
it.
Definitely.
If we're talking,
Hulk is definitely a whole thing.
That's a mock. Yeah, Wallbreaker, definitely. I can definitely see that.
Maestro,
definitely.
That's a wash.
That's a more experience, and that's an older experience. Like we were talking about GT earlier. That's an older experienced warrior.
Fix It would lose, I think.
Yeah, because he's not as strong. He's just he's more intelligent.
Would lose. Yeah.
Greyhawk will probably lose.
Yeah. Anyone who can't, any version of him that does not grow with anger will lose.
Red Hawk will probably be a very interesting match.
Red Hawk would be an interesting one.
Depending on who's Red Hawk. That's those who know that one also. That's another.
All right, what about Amadeus?
I don't think he's experienced enough as a Hulk to take him.
Okay.
I don't think he has enough experience with the powers, honestly. I think Kong takes him just because of inexperience.
Just inexperience? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, here's my question. This was always my question with Kong versus Godzilla. They always say he's like a teen. He's not his full size. He's not full grown.
Okay, I never heard of that before. That's a new one on me.
If you watch the movie, the throne that he was sitting in, the throne was clearly bigger than him.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
They made sure to depict that. He's nowhere near fully grown. So,
wait a minute now. If that's the case, maybe Amadeus might have a better shot. Because I mean, if it's a team versus a team, that changes things a little bit there.
Ideology-wise, right.
That does change
things. But I'm just
things.
thinking, how big would he be full grown?
maybe twice the size. I don't know. That's a good question.
You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. King Kong, as in, let me put it this way: Congo version of King Kong, white ape version of King Kong, that old. He would be massive. Like, if you think about Rampage, how they had the I forget George, was it George? I forget his name. In Rampage the movie with The Rock.
Oh yeah, I think it's George. I think you may be right. I think George is the ape, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
forget.
yeah. So as big as he was, think about how big he got in that movie, right?
Okay.
That seemed the size that they made King Kong,
Okay.
roughly, right?
Right.
So if he's growing that way and he's just a teen, we know he has to have at least a double in size, at
Yeah,
minimum.
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, probably as big as maybe some of them Titans on Attack on Titan. Probably, size wise,
It would have
maybe
to be
big.
bigger than that. Because think about it, the Titans in Attack on Titan barely, the biggest ones barely came over the wall, except for the Colossal.
That's what I'm thinking. He probably is maybe as big as a colossal
He would have
Titan.
to be. So think about a Titan. Ooh, ooh. Okay, an armored Titan the size of the Colossal Titan.
Oh god, that's scary. That's
That's
scary.
what an adult King Kong would look like with that
Oh,
level of agility.
yeah, that's one as big as King Kong is. He is very agile. That's a true fact.
That's a dangerous, dangerous creature.
Yeah, Hulk is fast and he can be agile too, but that's a different level of speed. That is definitely a different level.
Right.
That's a very different level of speed.
Now
Unless
let's add in Godzilla. We don't know his age.
we
If
just
we're
know he's
assuming they're
old.
the same age,
Mm, that's true.
reptiles grow to the size of their environment, and the ocean
That's
is
true.
expansive.
True. Ain't no law to say Godzilla can be even more massive and giant. You got a point there.
Right. Right.
Mm, that's a very good question.
So thinking about the way they did the storyline for King Kong versus Godzilla, where they opened up that underworld area for King Kong,
Hmm.
and clearly this world is ran by a bunch of King Kongs, right? That was their realm.
Right. That's the way they were setting it up. True.
How big are they saying the Earth is?
Definitely not ours. Maybe bigger than ours. Maybe twice the size,
Right,
triple the size.
right. Or did they go through a portal that warped them to another dimension?
Also a possibility. That's also a possibility there.
So just, you know what I'm saying, just stuff to think about. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, there's a lot of X factors there. I mean, if you're thinking like I mentioned earlier, if you're going with the current canonical Hulk, Hulk wins. Like that's like,
right, off top.
but we're going other iterations of Hulk. Then it's another story. Like I said, Red Hulk will be heck. Even She Hulk might be interesting too in a situation.
I don't.
Even
I don't know if She-Hulk would make it.
it'd be an
I don't think
interesting
She-Hulk would
matchup.
make
It'd
it.
be an interesting matchup.
Oh yeah, Teen Kong. I think she'd have a chance ish.
Yeah, because if this is just a teen version of King Kong and not a fully grown King Kong, that's what I was mentioning when Amadeus earlier. I'm like inexperienced because
Yeah,
he's not. That's what because I thought that was a fully grown Kong when you first said that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
if this is a teen Kong and and Amadeus is probably one of the weaker Hulks anyway. Probably one of the
Right.
weaker ones.
He's one of the smarter ones, but
He's yeah
definitely one of the weaker
he's
ones.
not as smart. He's probably not as smart as Joe Fixit, but he's definitely stronger than Joe Fixit.
Yeah,
He's probably somewhere in the middle between Joe Fixit and maybe regular Hulk. He's somewhere in the middle.
yeah.
He's somewhere in the middle. He might have a shot. He has a
Well,
puncher's
my
chance.
understanding, he's the smartest of them all.
Okay.
I think Amadeus is the smartest of all of them. intellect wise, but strength wise, I think you're right as far as where he falls.
He's
If I'm
somewhere.
not
Yeah, he's
mistaken.
definitely. Yeah, he's somewhere in the middle because Amadeus got the Hulk powers when they rebooted Marvel after Secret Wars.
Right. Right.
And then I forgot. I think he gave up the powers. I don't know because I was reading the Champions comic books, and then work got in the way, and I just stopped collecting the comic books.
No,
Champions was
understandable.
a good. Yeah, Champions was a good run, especially when they started adding Riri and Miss Marvel. That book was taking off too. That book was getting good when
Yeah.
they added Riri and Miss Marvel. But getting back to this conversation with Hulk and King Kong, like current comic book Hulk destroys Kong. It was just outlasting
Oh
him.
yeah.
Now World War Hulk, that's a more agitated and more angered Hulk. This is where I think it's close. I think Hulk can overpower him, but can King Kong outlast him? That's the thing. It will probably come
Kong
down
can't
to
regenerate. So
true.
that's a no go. I think
So
that's a
then,
no go. Kong can't
yeah,
regenerate.
yeah, that's true. He doesn't have regenerative abilities. That's
And we
true.
all know Hulk will, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? You give him
Yeah,
five
we're going World
minutes.
War Hulk. Yeah, it. He might only need 2 minutes to beat Hulk.
Right. Right. He gonna take a kneecap out and call it a day.
Yeah, he might beat him as bad as. Hate to bring Attack on Titan back up again, but I'm thinking
No, you good.
Levi versus that certain Titan, if you know what I
Oh
mean.
wow. Yeah.
It might be that
Yeah.
type of fight.
It
Yeah,
might be.
Levi versus
You
the
got a
Beast
point.
Titan. That might be a remix of that one if you think about it. That
Right.
one, yeah. Now that's scary. Hulk with Titan armor. Now that wait a minute,
Think
that
about
might
yeah,
run.
think about that. Like either one, but that size of a creature
Yeah, you going
with the
like Hulk can
agility.
take. Yeah, like he's gonna be fast, but
Mm-hmm.
Hey, a question.
yeah,
Since we doing
Yo,
verses,
yeah.
right?
yeah.
Yeah. You said full metal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You remove that.
The Nomu? The black one, the first one, yeah.
Yeah. Sloth.
Hold on, you broke up versus who?
That not hold up. That Namu versus Sloth from Full Metal Alchemist.
Sloth. Ooh.
Can you hear me?
Ooh, which novel? The high functioning Nomu or
The very first
The
one.
first one. The first one that went.
The black one that came in and fought All Might.
from season 1? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sloth. Low
Ooh,
diff.
that is a. I think the Nomu
Sloth
one
low
is
diff.
Sloth's strong, but he just doesn't like doing anything. Everything
Sloth is
annoys
gonna
the hell.
eat it.
True. He might just
You
eat it and
can't
call
stop
it just
somebody that's gonna eat you. You just can't.
true. Look at Gluttony. When he had his eyes set on somebody he wanted to eat, game over. That's someone you don't want to face hungry. And the Cynicus bar will not help in that situation.
I'm tripping. I'm thinking gluttony. My bad. You said sloth. I'm tripping. You said
If we're
I was
going
thinking gluttony.
no, if you're going Sloth versus
Sloth
season 1
versus
Nomu from My
Nomu.
Hero, I give it to no. I think I give it to Nomu because I feel like Sloth would just he didn't want to live anyways. He was kind of semi-suicidal anyway. So anything that could kill him, he probably let him kill him.
Like
I mean,
had
yeah, no, sloth hand to hand, sloth would lose.
I mean, Sloth is pretty much like the Fullmetal Alchemist version of Juggernaut in a lot of ways if you think about it. Like once he
But
moves,
Juggernaut
he
with speed.
moves. Yeah.
yeah, but you got to remember who beat him.
Right.
Armstrong took him down.
Yeah, that
With
was
a
a
little
good
help.
fight too. Whew, that was a good fight
You
too. I gotta
know,
go back. I gotta go back and watch that fight. That was a
now
good one.
Armstrong versus the Nomu.
I think he'll all
That
might him.
would be a different conversation.
I think he'll all might him.
That would probably. No, he probably went just like Endeavor beat the high function in Nomu. Probably I almost say just like that.
Yeah,
Armstrong
it
just
probably
hits
be that type of
another
fight.
level and wins.
Yep.
All right, I'm back.
All You good, man?
It'd probably end up exactly that way. Probably just.
What you talking about? What's the question?
Okay, we got a versus matchup here. We got the first no move from the end of season 1 of My Hero versus Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist.
The first one.
The first
Yeah,
one.
the
The
first
black
one that
that
fought
All
All
Might
The one that
fought.
fought All Might.
Yeah,
in the USJ incident. That one. That no move versus Armstrong. We had him against Sloth and Gluttony, but now we pivoted over to Armstrong.
You put him against Gluttony. Gluttony wasn't even a conversation.
Yeah, that was my fault.
No,
I picked the wrong
I had a feeling he had the Sloth and Gluttony mixed up. I had a feeling he had them mixed up.
I might have to still go no move.
You going no move?
I might have to.
Okay.
We talking about the one that fought All Might, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. I might.
Yeah, I'm going Armstrong.
He was holding his own, bro, with All Might. So,
and that was a half injured, half weakened All Might on top of that.
Right.
Remember what he said? He said back in the day, 3 punches would have destroyed that thing for him.
That's fact.
Right. That's why I say Armstrong.
Yeah. Think about the fact that it was a half weak All Might.
Weak version of All Might, yeah.
Yeah, I might have to go Armstrong.
Yeah.
Just off the strength of that All Might wasn't at full capacity.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And a full body Armstrong could probably be comparable to maybe a full strength All Might if you maybe.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So that's true. True shit.
Okay, so now that we got y'all back in here, I want to ask y'all a question. This is gonna show your age, so I apologize ahead of time.
Come on, man. We old. Shut up.
Yeah, we old. We know.
Y'all remember the 90s.
Okay.
And there was an era of movies that was amazing. I'm talking Titan AE.
Are you talking about 90s Black Art?
Titan AE.
My God,
Treasure Planet. Atlantis. The graphics of the movies in that era, they just ghosted. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And the movies were great, but then it just went crazy. They just left. So I have a comparison, and I would like to know you all's thoughts on it. And this is what it is. I feel, and I saw this before, and I think this is true, Atlantis has deep roots in the Avatar world.
Okay. I see
I'm going to show you a couple different pictures side by sides of Atlantis and Avatar, and then you all tell me what you think.
I mean, based on these pictures, yeah, obviously. The similarities is uncanny.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, if you're going comparison-wise, okay.
Right. Based on these images. Right.
I mean, Avatar did come out years later after Atlantis, if I am not 100% mistaken.
Yeah, so they can easily, take inspiration.
Easily.
And what was I watching? Yeah, I can see what you're saying there.
Yeah, definitely.
The closeness of some of these, though, is like.
All right, wait. Let's take a pause real quick. Go back to that last one.
Go back to the last one?
Yeah. Not that one, the last one.
The one before that.
Yeah, that one right there.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me just stop real quick and
bless Rodriguez. Michelle is an amazing woman.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Oh my gosh. That you can't have mine. Back off.
Listen, they lucky the viewers can't see the camera because
Alrighty then.
Listen, Michelle. Oh Jesus.
Michelle is an amazing actress. I love everything she's in. Everything.
She fine as hell too.
And that's not even a question.
Jesus, lady.
Not even a question, bruh.
Yep, no lie there. Okay. You be lying. She said she wasn't attractive. Okay. That's
right.
Some whole lie.
All right, continue.
Okay.
and then
I
this
definitely
is the
see the
last one
comparisons
here.
though, for sure.
Yeah, I see it. I wouldn't even thought of that. I wouldn't even thought of
Yeah,
comparing the
for
two.
sure, for sure.
So, what are something else? What are some other shows or movies you can think of that are new? Because I found there's this trend of they keep bringing stuff back, and I understand that
Oh yeah, of
there's
course.
nothing new under the sun, but I know my personal imagination and the stories that I got coming out here in the next little bit, and it's nothing like anything that's out there right now.
Oh,
And I
that's
know other
facts.
people have to have that as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Right.
The
You
novel I'm
know,
writing is
so what are
damn.
some other things you think that are new that came out possibly from something else, before?
Hmm. Are we going anime manga or are we just going in
Right.
general?
Oh,
We
we
can
just
go in
going
general,
through.
all things nerdy.
Okay.
Hmm. Funny enough, because I saw this earlier today, but I actually just watched this um probably right before we did the show. Dune that just came
Dune,
out on HBO.
Oh, the new Doom.
Yeah.
yeah,
I just talking to
I
somebody about
like
this.
I was reading it in one of my I mean not one of my group chat, one of the Facebook groups I'm in, and someone said the Dune was like a big inspiration for Star Wars. And now said I'm sitting and
The
thinking
original
about it.
Doom.
yeah, it was.
The original. Yeah, yeah,
I didn't
Yeah, the
know that. I'm
original.
like, and I'm
yeah,
looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I can kind of see the Star Wars comparisons. I can kind of see
Yep.
it. When
yeah.
I
The
saw it, I'm like, yeah,
original
I can kind
Doom.
of see it a little bit there. Like, okay.
They compared to
And
Lord of the Rings too.
yeah, true. That's like a
The
whole different.
original.
That's a different formula. But
Yeah.
also going with different formulas. I mean, shoot. I think we mentioned this last week. If not, I'm going to bring it up right here.
Go ahead.
A lot of the cop procedural shows in the '90s. If you think about it, like you had the Laws and Order. You had what Homicide: Life on the Street. You had New York
Yeah.
Undercover. You had SVU, which just did its 500 episode this week.
Bro,
Right.
Surprisingly,
it's still pushing to
Still
this.
going.
still
Shit.
going strong. That's a show
Yeah.
that will not die. So much so that think about it, NBC's bringing the original one back, so they're gonna have another
Yeah.
Law and Order franchise with 500 episodes probably.
Uh,
So that's
Yeah.
gonna be interesting. But like a lot of the cop shows copy each other. I mean, then you had but a lot of this is under the same studio, so maybe that's why this is kind of leaking back. It was Dick Wolf. I mean, he does the Chicago shows, the FBI shows on CBS. That's all
yeah.
Dick Wolf. I mean, New York Undercover with Dick Wolf, and I don't think a lot of people didn't even know
Oh
that back
yeah.
in the
Most
day.
people had no clue. Nowadays they have no clue.
Yeah,
None.
which surprised me. I'm like, man, he could have just put New York Undercover back on instead of the original Law and Order. But that's another argument
Hmm.
for another day. But if you're going about other shows that have marketed each other, let's go. I mean, even sitcoms, you can go all the way back to like the
I was
'70s. You can go from
saying
like,
sitcom.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're also in an era now of.
I miss 90s sitcoms, bro. It was just a
Yeah.
That's
different
why,
mood,
yeah,
bro.
'90s sitcoms were good. That's why I did like the Upshow show on Netflix. And
Yeah.
I told my girlfriend, I said, Upshows are what '90s sitcoms would have been if they didn't have no censors. That's
Facts.
like
Facts.
I'm like I could if Martin or maybe even like a Wayne's Brothers came out on Netflix
Yeah.
now without no censorship,
It would be a whole
please.
nother ball game.
And
Whole
people thought the
nother ball
Boondocks
game.
was problematic,
Yeah.
but that's a
Okay.
yeah. But and now something else we're talking about things repeating themselves. We're also kind of in a new era of reboot continuations of shows.
Yeah.
Boruto. I mean, heck, you can throw Dragon Ball Super in there. The recent
Yeah.
He-Man stuff that just came
Yeah.
out on
All
Netflix.
that
Yeah.
shit, bro. It's just
That's
all
something else new. That's a new trend if you think about it.
repetition, bro.
Yeah.
That's a new
Yeah.
trend. People are letting stuff continue. Like Dragon Ball came back. Naruto.
Yo, I just thought of something too, because you said that shit. He said all this shit is getting rebooted. Do y'all remember Reboot?
Yes. And do you remember the reboot of Reboot? That was
Yes, man.
horrible. I was so mad.
So bad.
So mad.
So bad.
Another continuation reboot. Animaniacs. That's about to come back out
Yeah, I saw
too.
that too.
Is it really?
Yeah. They're
Yeah,
bringing back
season
I hope
two.
you
Animaniacs.
don't mess it up because Animaniacs was there.
It
No,
was
it was
good.
good. It was very
It was
meta.
great.
It's very meta.
Loved Animaniacs,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
The first season was very
That whole
meta.
series
It
though.
was. It was.
Freakazoid, Animaniacs, Pinky and the
Freakazoid.
Brain, Tiny
Hey.
Toons.
Oh, I
That's my
saw
whole
some shit you
cartoon. That's
posted
afternoon.
too. You said Pinky and the Brain versus who you said?
Freakazoid.
No, Panda. In our chat, you had said Pinky and the Brain versus somebody, another duo, Cat Dog or some shit. Hold on.
I don't remember.
No,
that.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. Hold on.
Okay.
Pinky and the Brain.
Look it up and let me know.
Yeah.
Dexter and Didi, maybe. I don't know. I'm just spitballing out there.
Oh, but hold it. But I have one for you like that. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this one in then. Since we doing that, y'all gonna flip on this one.
Okay.
Who is taking the dub? Who is taking the dub?
Wait, this is easy. This is easy for me.
Okay.
Bugs and Daffy, they have Toon Force. The end.
If they all had Toon Force.
This is who you had. You had Bugs and Daffy versus Pinky and the Brain.
I have had that one too.
That's
a whole different one.
That's what I was thinking about. First of all, Bugs and Daffy win in both of them. The Pinky and the Brain and the Stewie and
Brian.
Yeah, Stewie and Brian have more realism where Bugs and Daffy can pretty much do whatever they want. They have Toon Force, so
take the Toon Force out.
Take the Toon. Oh, that's another story.
Take out Toon Force.
I'm still giving it to them.
Just on mental.
Okay, we're just going straight skills, or we're going just straight skills and talents. Okay.
I'm still giving it to them.
You still giving Bugs and Daffy?
I don't know. I said I would.
Bugs.
I mean,
Bugs been around since 1936, nigga. He's still out here fucking niggas up. The nigga's almost 100 years old.
This is true.
That is true.
I literally just wrote a paper on Bugs Bunny, bro. You're not gonna get this, bro. Bugs been out here fucking Elmer Fudd and all them niggas up since 1936, nigga.
Now, if we're going by what's on the question here, which is one of the greatest caper.
Who's the greatest caper? If they was trying to rob somebody or pull something off, who's getting away with it?
I'm still giving it.
I think I go Bugs and Daffy. I think
Bugs and Daffy, bro.
I agree as well.
I think Bugs and Daffy takes it.
And for those who are in the watching,
the only thing that even helps Brian and Stewie is that they got the time machine, and that's it. Without that, they don't even have a chance. Bugs and Daffy.
Okay. And for those who think Brian and Stewie might be able to take it, leave us a chat. Leave us something in the comments. Right. Let us know.
Definitely.
Definitely. All right. So I got another funny one. And this one. So we were talking about Tony Stark earlier, right?
Right.
And getting beat up by Kong.
Yeah.
Who actually is responsible for the loss during Infinity War?
You know who?
Out of these four people, who was actually the one responsible?
It's Star-Lord.
It's Star-Lord, easily.
Star-Lord, bro.
Are you sure?
It's not even a question. It's Star-Lord.
Star-Lord?
It's Star-Lord.
Star-Lord. Why do you say Star-Lord?
He didn't follow the plan.
How could it not be him, bro?
Okay.
He didn't follow the plan. That simple.
And look who are the other people. Thor, Scarlet Witch, and fucking Doctor Strange. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
How can any of them be more
though,
responsible than Star-Lord?
Each one of them had the ability to stop the war before everyone died.
That's facts. But Star-Lord is directly responsible for this nigga dying.
But they all would be, wouldn't they?
No.
I would kind of give Wanda a pass because she hadn't developed her powers yet. I kind of give her a pass.
All right.
Yeah, why would Wanda be up there? Because even though when she did do it, he reverted back time.
Okay. Now, I'm going to run through each one and tell you why.
Okay.
Number one.
I'm listening.
We all know Star-Lord. Star-Lord is Star-Lord. He's an idiot. It is what it is.
He's an idiot. That's
He's a simp. He's a simp.
That too.
He's a simp.
He's definitely a simp.
Thor, if you took the man's head off in the first place, like a regular warrior, we wouldn't be in this situation.
I see that.
Okay.
Period.
I got an argument for that.
I see that.
Or his hand.
Right.
He can't snap without a hand.
But if he had the reality, couldn't he just put his hand back on himself anyway?
I mean, but if his arm falls off and somebody else grabs it, what you gonna do with that hand?
Okay.
I'm just saying. Like
I'm
you got to
saying.
get to the hand. You got to remove the hand from the glove and then put your new hand in it. And
in
that glove was
defense,
made for that hand.
in Thor's defense, he's not Hawkeye, but he did hit the motherfucker on this land.
How did what?
True.
He hit him, and he hit him in the shoulder/arm. Probably
Right.
going for the hand. Just saying.
Okay, but you could have cut his hand off, or you could have slit his throat. You can't tell me, with the centuries of experience that man has fighting and beheading things, that he don't know how to do a clean cut on somebody's neck. There's no way.
Well,
And he was being held still.
He did, but I'm gonna say this strictly because I know of Thor's character. He had to say something to Thanos before he killed him. That was the whole premise of him hitting him like that, so he could say his last words and kill him. But it just wasn't at the right spot.
I respect that. Then cut his hand off. Then talk your shit.
I
don't know.
don't
Because
know.
then he. But then who's to say he?
If the glove only fits one hand, it's a right hand. You cut that right hand off, he can't put the right hand glove on the left hand.
True, that is true.
It's a metal glove.
Right, but
It's
maybe
not
he
bending
didn't
backwards.
think about that though.
That's what I'm saying.
Knew what he was supposed to do and fucked it up.
How did everyone knew what they were supposed to do? Kill Thanos.
Okay, yeah, but cut Thanos' head off, hand off or head off wasn't directly
part of the plan.
Star-Lord was like, "Oh, that's the plan. I'm gonna do this." Like, come on, bro.
I still say Thor has a very convincing reason that he should be up there.
I
could have stopped
get the point. I get the point for sure.
Yeah, me too.
I get the point for sure. And
let's go to Wanda.
You can say that because he didn't do that, it led to Tony's death. However,
yeah, say Wanda because I'm trying to figure this out because she didn't have her power developed, so I would give her a pass just because of that.
I can respect that. She was in the tower pulling the diamond out. The entire time, we all know she had enough power to blow the gem. It clearly says she had enough power to blow the gem. And she didn't take it because she was simping over Vision, over a robot.
That's her nigga though.
Yep.
But that's the same pass that Star-Lord would have then.
No, because he ain't fuck up just because of.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that was the reason.
He's him.
No. He screwed up because he talked about the Soul Stone and her dying. That was why he stopped.
And because he's him, bro. He's stupid. Period.
I get that. But the same situation is the same thing Wanda did. You can't give her a pass and not give him a pass.
Because he's Star-Lord. How many times you seen Wanda fuck up?
Most of the time. Because normally she ain't doing nothing. Let's be real.
But is that
unless you go comic book, she's normally not doing anything.
You can't fuck up though if you ain't doing nothing. You just chilling.
When you have that much power, you fucked up just because you didn't do nothing.
I mean,
we could have stopped this whole thing before we started because you want to sit in the back.
That's like you saying because I stood there and watched Rod beat your ass that I'm responsible for you getting your ass beat. No.
But if you could have stopped me from getting my ass beat beforehand, and you was like, man,
I got an argument. I got an argument though. But with all in all, with all this happening, the person who is most at fault would still have to be Star-Lord because in chronological order, it was Star-Lord first. They had it. They had the gauntlet. They would have took the gauntlet.
They didn't though.
Huh?
But they didn't have it.
I'm just saying, like, if he didn't wake him up, they would have had it.
I can respect that.
And after they took the gauntlet, he could have beat his ass. He could do
True.
whatever he wanted to do with him after they got the gauntlet.
True.
I agree. I'm not saying I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. I'm not. I'm just saying I think there are other individuals who should be wearing the same mantle as him.
All I'm saying is
because
Tony's
of that.
dead.
Well, he has the crown. He's the king.
Right, he's the number
Well,
one.
why not Strange then?
He the number one draft pick.
Strange.
Why Strange?
Yeah, I've been trying to figure that one out.
Hold on, wait. Because Strange knew Star-Lord might do that.
So if you saw it, why didn't you kick him out of the plan?
Because Strange said he went through what, like 5 million
All of
options?
them.
14 million to be exact.
14 million, and this was the only one that worked.
It's him giving him the stone. First off, you handed him the stone. We're not gonna go into that.
I'm just
right?
saying, but if that's the only,
skip that part.
If he went through 14 million and this the only one where they could win, you gonna follow the shit that they could win.
So my question though is, if you saw him screwing up, why didn't you put something in place to stop him from screwing up?
Because then it's not the same option as what he saw.
Exactly.
If you alter it, then it's not the same thing.
So here's my thing. I got to pin in that. Think about it like this. What if they made a series to where we could see all the ways that Dr. Strange saw what happened, so we would
that would be sick.
That's too much. It's 14 million.
Yeah, I know, but like if you pick some of them out, that would be legit.
I mean, yeah, it'd be.
You could probably do like 20.
Yeah,
20, 30.
But here's my thing. I want to know what if he wouldn't have if they would have got the gauntlet off of Thanos, wouldn't that be better than going through what they went through?
Oh, to say that again.
I want to know if we saw when Star-Lord was gonna do that, and one of multiple timelines, he saw Star-Lord doing that. I want to know what would have been the fallout of them getting the gauntlet then. That's what I want to know. Because once they got the gauntlet, they have the stones. They could have beat Thanos. I don't think that.
True.
You're talking about it's only one option. That option right there, like it had to be something like drastic to happen, like with them not getting the gauntlet then for him to let that happen. And I would like to know. I feel like the world would like to know what that would have been like, and that would be a good ass series.
Had they got the gauntlet.
Yeah, had they got the gauntlet.
Yeah.
If Star-Lord didn't fuck up then, like, of course, just watching that, thinking about all the things that could have happened. Like, let's say, okay, no matter what that was gonna happen, Thanos was gonna wake up. Let's say we got it to where Thor cuts his head off. Like, I would like to know, like, what was so bad from all the other things happening to make the way it ended be the best way.
Oh, I think I got an answer, actually. I'm just thinking about this right now.
Go ahead.
If you go by the original plan, what if Star-Lord got the gauntlet, he snapped to bring Gamora back, and that brought something else out?
Ooh.
Exactly. I would like to see that, though.
Right.
Yeah.
And going by maybe some of the Marvel What If anime, what if Star-Lord got the gauntlet, he snapped to bring Gamora back, but then he also brought back every villain that was killed? Kind of like a reverse Dragon Ball type of situation.
Everybody who ever died before the gym.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I got to put a pin in that. The reason why is because the fact of the matter, even with the gauntlet, he can't bring Gamora back. Gamora was killed for the Soul Stone. There's no way to bring her back.
Without getting rid of the Soul Stone. That's right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He snapped. He'll bring Gamora back and destroy the Soul Stone in the process. So then you lose one of the Infinity Gems anyway, because he would have brought Gamora back. That could also have a negative feedback.
Black Widow back.
Yep. But
how about fucking self-recognition, bro? How about Tony is the reason why Tony died?
I can respect that.
The nigga fucking made a conscious decision. This is what I'm about to do to save the rest of the world. And he did the shit, and it ended up with his ass dying.
Yeah, Tony didn't have to make that snap. It's so many other things he could have did. He could have used the
That's
stone separately to beat Thanos.
He made a decision, bro. That's like if a motherfucker come to me and they like, yo, either you die or fucking Panda, Rod, and Jay die. Yo, and I'm like, no, fuck that, kill me, because that's saving 3 people versus 1 me. Yeah. I can't be like, oh, y'all should have jumped in. No, I made the decision to risk myself so that y'all can survive, bro. The man made a conscious, and Tony, you gotta remember, Tony is like one of the smartest niggas out of all of them, bro.
True, that's true.
He calculated shit. He was like, all right, this is the best. As we say as domino players, this was the best possible move, bro.
Yeah. Yep, that is true.
He said, this is the fucking least what's the word, consequences way. Right? If I sacrifice myself to get this nigga the fuck out of here, the world survives, bro.
That's kind of true. I mean, if you also think about it, I think Thanos broke Tony in more ways than one. That was a Tony. I think Tony at that point was just over it because he didn't even want to do no science stuff anymore. They had to literally drag him by feet. They literally had to drag him to do this time travel idea. He was like, I'm done. I'm out of it. Thanos just showed me, like, you know what? I'm out this game. Like, I'm done. Like, whatever happens, happens. We lost half the universe. I mean, I don't care anymore.
Look, so I have a fucked up twist. So, you know when Tony's laying there, like, dying, right?
Right.
Let's say instead of Pepper being on, well, we say Pepper said what she had to say. Let's say Dr. Strange come up to Tony and said you was supposed to give it to Captain Marvel. She was the only one who could make the snap without getting hurt.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a good point. That's probably a time. That's probably a timeline when that did happen.
True.
Because he could have easily jetted off.
Right.
Well, no, he was pretty tore up at that point, but you get the point.
Dr. Strange should have teleported him.
True.
Exactly.
That's true.
True.
Exactly. He got the power to do it.
He could have warped him over to her, and then she could have done it.
Right.
Not only Dr. Strange, the other people from I can't think of the name. Well, you know who trained Dr. Strange?
Yeah. Anybody from that clan?
Yeah.
Anybody could have teleported him.
True, the Valkyries could have run him over there. There's a lot of different options. Maybe that was just Tony at that point knew that no matter what happened, someone had to make the snap. Someone had to do it. I mean, the Hulk tried and couldn't get it to work properly. And
he tried, he got it to work, but even in the little interview with the brothers, they said they had to make Hulk seem vulnerable to the powers to explain why the Hulk lost to Thanos. They had to make it show like Thanos was stronger than the Hulk. That's the whole point of that.
Right.
Okay.
So that's why, like, Thanos beat the Hulk, then they turn around. The Hulk was strong enough to make a snap, but it hurt him so much.
So that's a whole nother piece that we probably will end up talking about another time. But the fact that the MCU, they changed what was to fit this new generation, I guess, or whatever reasons they came up with it.
But okay, so with that being said, this is to all the MCU fans or actually this is all the comic book fans. People have to understand this because it took me a while to get it. The MCU is taking from the comic book, retelling a story in their standpoint. It's not going to be 100% after comic books.
And I get that. I get that. But there are certain things.
Don't understand that.
But there are certain things that I feel should not be tainted.
True.
For example, Thor Ragnarok was Planet Hulk. Period.
Pretty much.
It's trash.
That should have been Planet Hulk.
Get no lie for me. No lie there.
They already didn't have Hulk on planet for Civil War. Right? It was already done. They didn't do the tribunal. They didn't have to show that. It would have been great to see it, you know,
Mhm.
when Tony voted to kick him off the island, basically.
Yeah.
And Black Panther was like, "We will not go with you on this. We out."
Right.
He's like, "Because when this man comes back, and he will, because he always
Yeah.
does,
Right.
and tries to kill y'all, I don't want to hear nothing."
At
Mhm.
all.
But the fact that they made Thor Ragnarok, they switched it and took it from Hulk, irks me. And like that whole thing, he wouldn't have even been there for this.
Right.
So there would have been no reason to make him seem weak against Thanos. Because we all know, canonically, Hulk would tear Thanos apart.
Right.
Right.
So why make the strongest of them look weak for no reason when you have a
Mm.
storyline that already shows that he wouldn't have been there?
Another thing about the MCU that kind of bothers me is the quick also of all these major villains. They click off too many major villains.
They're killing him
Right.
off, you said?
Yeah, I call them quick off because they killed them too quick.
Yeah.
Because you killed off two of the Black Panther's most notable bad guys, most notable villains
Yeah.
in one movie. Which I
Yep.
feel
Yeah.
like it's the way y'all could have did that. It's the way y'all could have did it
Mhm.
True.
to keep the story going. But I understand, it's their vision or whatever, what have you. But still, like, you kill off Killmonger and Claw in the same movie.
In the same one. Yeah.
Yeah.
They could have extended it out to a second movie or something.
Definitely.
Well,
So
hell, you could even split the first movie into two movies if you really wanted to do that.
Yeah.
they've done it
First
before.
movie was awesome. Don't split it.
Because they definitely could have stretched it out more.
Oh yeah.
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 So,
But they also, knowing Chad's condition,
They probably did what they had to do to
they
make
did
sure
what
he
they
right.
had
got
to do
better.
for that. And that makes sense.
I'm happy.
In retrospect, it makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
Yo, rest in peace, Chad, man.
Definitely. Definitely.
That's that's a legend, man. That's
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I got one last piece that I want to throw at
real
y'all.
ass man.
All right.
One last piece. This one has to do with you were talking about Vegeta's speech earlier, right? And
Mhm.
you're talking about epic speeches and anime and stuff like that.
That speech
So
was
I'm gonna
good.
throw this one at you. And you may not have seen this one yet, so it's a little bit of a spoiler. I apologize, Rod. I apologize.
This dude, I've seen him floating around. I've seen him
Okay.
floating
Yeah,
around.
he's not
This
there for the speech though. He's not at the point for the speech.
he's
though.
not at that point,
But
but this is Gofi's
Jay should
I-
have just got to the speech.
epic speech. Epic speech. Pirates are evil. The Marines are righteous. These terms have changed through the history. Kids who have never seen peace and kids who have never seen war have different values.
That's facts.
Those who stand at the top determine what's wrong and what's right. Justice will prevail, you say. But of course it will. Whoever wins this war becomes justice.
Yep.
That's facts.
That's
That's no lie there.
bro. If
The
you heard when
winning
you didn't get
team
there because you're
writes
not
the
too far
history.
off from that arc. The speech when you hear him say this,
Oh, yeah.
though, it resonates, bro. It's
So
like,
hard.
and you hate him up until the point that he makes a speech. You're like, yo, so flamingo, and he makes a speech, and it makes you do one of those like, yo, he kind of got a point, bro. Like, it's one of those like.
Mm. Makes sense. It's
I mean, still
very logical. That's a very logical speech.
still
Completely
fucked up
logical.
flamingo,
So if
but-
you want to change, if you want to be basically as the villain here,
right,
he's just saying if you want to be right, win.
that's literally what he's saying in simplest terms.
If we
Yep,
look
they-
at our history, human history, everything that is written in history was by those who quote unquote won.
Exactly. Slavery
Exactly.
happened because the colonizers was able to get us. If
True.
they wasn't able to get us,
It wouldn't have been their history.
Right, exactly. So
Exactly.
They wouldn't
those
have
who
felt like they have the ability to write us out, which that whole thing that
exactly.
I just heard about was in and of itself
Yeah,
like the hell.
yeah.
The fact that so many people have no clue about Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah. A lot of people didn't know about that till Lovecraft.
For
Yeah.
those who don't know or who know, put it in the chat, put it in the comments. For those who know what we talking about when we say Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the lack of history.
See, I'm mad you said that because I was about to say it, but now I can't say it because then they can't write it in the chat.
It's all good. It's all good. We got you. We got you. We got you.
I can't say it now because if I say it, then they low key cheating.
But
They're like,
yeah,
oh, Voqab told me.
Voqab told me right. But yeah, the
But
fact that that's the case, the fact that that it's not in. Think about it. Did any of you ever read about it in any of your history books?
no,
Nope.
we found that out
None.
from self-preservation.
So
Maybe a
if
History
that's a
Channel
part of history,
documentary.
right?
But it was one of those you had to want to know
To find out.
exactly.
But it's the history of the
Damn it,
people
Marquise.
in this country.
What the fuck? What happened, Jay? Okay,
You
he's gone.
good?
He gone again.
I'm going again.
I mean, right now he's unloading the truck though. So
Yeah, I know. That's why I say he's
Yeah.
busy right now.
yeah.
But this type of logic is, I think, a serious problem with the world.
Right.
You
You
Right.
talking
know,
about the logic of the speech?
the speech. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
the fact that this is a line of logic that most
And
people
it
have.
is most definitely.
You know, they don't want to keep the fact that, and I'm going to say this, and if anybody wants to come for me, you're more than welcome to, and we can go toe to toe.
I got a point.
Everything in American culture back through early European culture came from them, quote unquote, colonizing and absorbing those who they defeated.
Oh, the colonizers.
Oh, that is so true.
Oh yeah, we know that.
That is
We
so
wanted to
true.
change, they wanted to change the world so much,
Where
yet
they,
they took all the things from the people who they
what's
brought in.
what's the shit called now? When white people take shit from us.
Gentrifiers,
Say it again.
gentrification,
No, not gentrification. Cultural
colonizer.
appropriation.
Cultural
There you
appropriation.
go.
They've been doing that since day
That
one.
is this era's
It's been
colonizing.
happening
Bro.
since day one.
That is this era's colonizing because
Think of
back
it
in the
this.
day they was legit colonizing. They was
Yeah.
taking over. They can't do that no more. So what they do is they take from our culture and make it their own. First of all, I'm a man, but when I see what black women go through, it's like how just explain to me how slaves cornrowed their hair to make it better applicable to deal with picking and fucking doing they chores as slaves and shit. And when now in this day and age, you see us with cornrows and you're like, oh, you're so unprofessional. And then you see a white person whose hair is not even made for cornrows, so they shit be fucking fringy and dusty when they fucking braid they shit. And you're like, oh, that's so high fashion. Like, what? First of all, it don't even look as good as when it's done in our hair because it's a style that's based on the fact that the texture of our hair is thick as hell.
Right? They're trying to get that Bo Derek look from back in the day.
Right. So when white people do it, and not that I have anything against white people of today. Obviously, I got something against the colonizers, but not I have anything. But their hair is thin, it's loose. So when you cornrow their hair, no matter how well you do it, there's always going to be loose hairs, and there's always going to be fringy. So how when you see the bad version of what we do, you're like, oh, that's high fashion, But when you see the righteous version, you're like, oh, that's so ghetto and fucking blah blah whatever, condemning us for our like it shit is crazy, bro.
It's ridiculous.
It's
Think
100%
about
ridiculous.
European female fashion back in the day. The dresses that they had, they
Mm-hmm.
wore the baskets around their waist for what reason?
To
To make it
mimic
look like
black
they
butts.
had ass.
Mm-hmm.
Where did
right
that come from?
because
The
we got
colonization of African women and white dudes saying they liked what they saw.
it's because
Mm-hmm.
we got ass, man.
Simple as that. But then they talk trash about black women because of their size, because of their
It's
stature.
it's ridiculous. It's
And that's something
ridiculous.
that we as black men also need to we have not fought against as much as we should.
Facts. We gotta
I put
uplift.
I put that on us. I
We can't put
100%
all
put
of
that
it
on
on
us.
us though,
Yo,
because it's not just
Yeah.
all. Because they gotta lift us up too. They gotta lift us up too. You know,
If you're
yo,
gonna leave
men
the
in
house, and
general, not
this is
even just
me
black men, just
can y'all hear
in
me?
general.
in general,
Yeah, yeah, we
but
can.
if you're gonna leave the house,
Okay, I had a
you
phone
got to
call.
take
My
that
bad.
first step.
That's facts, but just
Can't
in
Mm-hmm.
nobody
general,
lift you up
men
if you're
get
not already
shit on.
reaching up to yourself.
That's facts.
So what
True.
did I
You
miss?
know,
That's facts.
they can't help you. No woman or person can help you reach that next step if you haven't even lifted your foot yet.
That's bro. I
True.
tell everybody, bro, you can't love somebody you don't love yourself, bro.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
You got to self preserve, bro. You gotta have self. Like people be like, oh, you be bringing me down and shit. As much as Cat Williams is a fucking meme and a joke now, bro. Like the man said one of the realest lines ever. He said, "How the hell can I fuck up esteem of yourself, bitch? Like it's
It's
self
you.
esteem. It means
Yeah.
it's how you feel about yourself. Now, can I bring you down? Yes, of course. But I can't fuck you can't be like I fucked up your self esteem. No. Your self esteem is how you feel about yourself. I can't be mad at you because I don't like me. I could say the reason I don't like me has to do with the way that you treat me or whatever, because it made me second guess how I feel about myself. But I can't be like you're the reason. You're just
That means you already had doubts.
exactly. You're just an addition to what was bothering me in the first place. You know, maybe you pushed me over the edge of why I don't like myself, whatever. But it had to come from self doubt. I just wrote an essay about this, about because I'm getting my master's in English to become a creative writing professor, and we was talking about it was a master class on editing versus the writing process, and they said one of the main differences between the writing process and the editing process is that while you're in the writing process, you go through the doubts of is this good enough to be published? Is this sentence structured well? And da 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 blah blah blah. Versus when you're at editing, you've already surpassed the doubts, and now you're in that. Okay, yeah, I know this is good. Now I'm just gonna clean it up. And I said, you know what? I've never experienced those doubts of writing because for me, it's always been a mindset. The worst thing you can do is say no to me. Yes, you might not like my writing, but somebody else might. Rod might be like, yo, you know what, Vocab, you're the fucking sickest poet I've ever heard. And Panda might be like, nigga, you trash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's all
Mm-hmm.
matter of opinion.
True.
So if I'll get in the mindset that like, yo, the worst thing somebody could do is tell me, no, I don't like that. There's always somebody else out there that might like that, bruh. And I'm gonna just keep improving until I find somebody that's like, yes, nigga, you're fired. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta take acknowledgement of how you feel about yourself. I'm not saying that how other people treat you don't mean shit. Yes, nobody want to be treated bad, but you gotta love yourself. You gotta love yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
In that
You gotta
same
love
line,
yourself.
In that same line, like he was saying about the writing thing, I've watched myself. I've done, what I'm saying, open mic sets and stuff like that, and I've watched my words fly over the crowd.
Facts. All the time.
They don't understand a word of what I'm saying.
All the damn time.
Mm.
And then I've seen some that I watched the words sink into their hearts,
Yep.
and there's no cheering. It's just clapping afterwards. You
Mm.
can see their heads, their minds going. That doesn't mean that the first crowd, it was the same piece. If I'd have said, "Oh, this piece is garbage. I'm never going to perform it again,"
Right.
because of their reaction, I knew
And you would have
what I
never got
wrote
the second
was
reaction.
good. Right.
Exactly. You
And
hear a
you
lot
got
of
to know
comics say
you're
that
good.
too. You hear a lot of comics say that too. They'll
It's
try
Mhm.
one set on one crowd, it'll work. Next time they use the same set, they might get a totally different reaction. So it
it's
just depends
all about the
on.
people.
And that's how you need to look at yourself. And this is for those, I'm talking to the viewers.
Exactly.
That's how you need to look at yourself. One crowd is not going to look at you like you're anything. The next crowd is going to look at you like you're God's gift to earth.
Exactly. You're everything. But
And
it
so
don't
you wait
matter
until you get
what
those
the
people.
crowd think if you don't think it. Because I could tell
Exactly.
you you're the greatest thing to ever touch the world. But if you think that you're trash, you're always gonna have that mindset that you're trash, no matter how big you up.
Right.
You got to love yourself first. And this is a message to all the people, but mostly our community. To the
Yes.
blurs and to the fucking just black people in general. Love yourself because we
All
love you.
minorities. All
Yeah.
minorities.
All. Yep. All people of color. Everybody.
Everybody.
Hispanics, Latinos, because some Hispanics don't like being called. You know what I mean? All y'all.
Latinx.
Hmm.
Spanish, Latina, Latino, Taina,
Latinx.
Taino,
Latinx. Yeah, that's
all of
yeah.
that. Portuguese. If you're a minority,
Samoan. Anybody. Native American. The true Native Americans.
yeah,
The true.
yeah,
Yeah.
the real ones,
The
Yeah.
true Americans.
the
True
native
Americans. Right.
Americans.
True Americans. Exactly.
We love y'all. You know what I mean? We just
Hmm.
want y'all to love yourselves, and we just want y'all to get the
Continue to
blessings
be
inside the
happy.
soul.
Continue to move
You know what I
forward.
mean?
Spread love is the Brooklyn way. That's the old saying. Well, at least that's
Oh,
what Biggie
There
that,
used
you
to
you know
say.
go.
what I mean? Brooklyn on the ribcage. I would show it, but I got a
And
belly
always
right now,
remember
so I
the
don't.
power of the Lord.
And it's on the rib, so you know me. I don't wanna.
Don't
We
plan
ain't
it.
gonna harass the people with the belly. but but
True.
just know though, like at the end of the day, when we want to entertain y'all, but we also want to give y'all uplifting. We want y'all to be able to watch us and be like, you know what? They remind me of me. You know what I mean? Or this is somebody that I can relate to. Or when I finish watching this podcast, it makes me feel better about myself or about my life or what I'm going through. Or we just want to give y'all an escape. You know,
Hmm.
it's that.
Hey, Voqab,
Yo,
you want to do us a favor?
what's up?
You want to bless us with a piece before
I
we
could do
close
that.
out?
I could definitely do that. I could definitely do that. Let me go through
Go for it.
what I got up in here. Find something nice. You know what? I got the piece. I got the piece for this. This one is for. Let me see if it's in here. Hopefully it's in here. A piece for our black women. We love them so much.
That is true. Without them, we wouldn't be here.
We would
Amen.
not. We would not be
We
here.
would not be
That's
here.
big
It all came
facts.
from a woman. That's what they
Right.
said.
We all came from a woman. And
Yep.
as black men, we came from black women.
Yep.
You
True.
know what I'm saying? So this piece is called BBW, but it stands for Beautiful Black Woman. All right. Hershey kiss complexion glistening in the sun's rays. Beautiful black woman, unmatched is your grace. Coming from a race raised to be strong with a pain-filled heart, you sing your sweet song, full of motivational harmonies used to inspire a soul of purity and spirit to be desired. I gaze into your eyes and see the fire within, emitting the warmth given off by your skin. When you walk, the earth trembles at the mercy of your feet. Birds chirp and flowers blossom at your soothing soft speech. The delicateness of your touch sends chills throughout spines. Tenderness of your love arouses body and mind. Truly genuine, you're a diamond among glass. In answer to all prayers, what more could be asked? Relaxed feeling and healing the essence of your presence. Much more than looks, intrigued by your intelligence, incompatible self-confidence. You hold your head high in a world collapsed by hatred. You stand up and rise, spread wings and then fly through hopes and dreams, determined to do better for those who need. You'll be a mother to your children, wife to your spouse. Definition of compassion, I couldn't live without your Hershey kiss complexion, glistening in the sun's rays. Beautiful black woman, unmatched is your grace.
That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
No doubt, no doubt.
All right. Well, we appreciate y'all for coming through and kicking it with us today.
Yes.
Episode 2 of Absolute Pandemonium. It kind of jetted off there for a little bit today.
It did. It hit some different places.
Topics. Yeah.
Y'all can't hear me though. Y'all hear me?
I heard you.
Yeah, you're good.
I've been struggling with difficulties the whole time.
Oh wow.
Oh man.
That's our bad. It's been back and forth with your camera and stuff the whole time. So
yeah.
Yeah. And
yeah.
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 All right. Well, Nfamous, you want to do your quick closeout?
by the time I do it,
I
can't hear you, bro.
Okay, I got
Yeah,
no
we
service.
can't hear you.
Oh, okay, there you go.
There you go.
He cutting in and out.
Oh man. Technology.
Gotta love it when it works.
Fact.
True.
Okay, try it again.
How about
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, yeah.
y'all can?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a big ass lag, but all I'm gotta say is one love, man. Always believe and strive for something greater. Don't settle for what you have now. It's always something better out there, everybody.
Oh God.
True.
Thanks.
There you go. Right.
Well, to close out everything, we've been talking about a lot today. We have our ups, we have our downs. But at the same time, life is short and we just gotta live it out and just keep going. And to close things out here, been great, been fun. We've laughed, we cried, we had some extra speeches. And hopefully you listen to us, you got some words, you got some recommendations, and you get some ideas. I mean, shoot, even I'm coming up with my own little ideas, but it's a lot in the background. Been working on some, speaking of writing, just I'll throw this out here. Been working on a little bit of a story myself. I haven't had really a chance to really sit down and write it, but I'll throw it out here. This is just the premise of the story. Um, it's a story about someone coming back to New York City after being away for 10 years and was the youngest of his family. Just left at 25, coming back at 35 because one of his favorite cousins died, and trying to reconnect with his family, trying to unify his family back together again. That he's the reluctant unifier. That's a story I've been working on here or there.
It sounds like a true story, Rod, because I know your background.
So
the quote, as they say, the names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Protect the innocent. So I got a question for you. If you want, I'm more than willing and able to help you with that. The reason I say that is because I have a similar something that's been it's just on my back burner in like the Rolodex I got of story ideas. But he's a werewolf.
Oh, see, I wasn't even doing no werewolf. I had no supernatural. This is like a real
And he's a
coming back
clan,
home.
like he's coming back to his clan in that was running Brooklyn, basically.
Ooh, I kind of like that idea.
So
And
like
he's been
Vampire in
gone.
Brooklyn, but with a werewolf.
Yeah, like he's coming back. He's
Ooh,
a
I can like
human,
that.
but he's coming back, and his like the Don in the area, like
Right,
was
right.
his family.
Ooh, that sounds like an old story idea I had about like post-apocalyptic New York, the legendary super thug.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
yeah.
That was like when I started watching anime, like, ooh, that was an idea of mine. I was like, oh, he like New York was kind of biodomed in a lot of ways, and trying to
Gotcha.
protect, and he's just trying to protect Harlem. Pretty much,
Hey,
that's about as far as I got with that one.
Right.
And I
no,
had
you
another
good.
one. Yeah, I had another one based, but I think a black woman would just be better at writing it. But the story idea is just a black woman. She got replaced. She got recruited into a secret organization to do assassinations. Couldn't find out, but she got recruited in a kind of in a devious way because her husband was running for president.
Oh,
But she was killed, but her husband doesn't know she was killed. The husband doesn't know she's still alive, working for the secret agency doing assassinations.
This sounds like a good ass anime.
okay. So that's the last y'all gonna hear about these from us on this until
Yeah,
they
yeah,
come
you
out.
gotta tune in
Y'all
if
ain't
you
getting
want to
y'all
know
ain't
what's
getting
up.
no, you know what I'm saying, no extra ideas.
Yeah, yeah. But trust me, I got one really on the back burner. I'll have to post it to y'all in the group chat because
All
certain
right.
people, my certain creatives know this story. I'm not saying it on here because it's a good idea, and I've
There
had a
you
friend of
go.
mine that's
I got a
I
book
had
of
a friend of mine
prompts,
that's been
okay?
bugging me for years about this. That if you put this out, you'd have the next Harry Potter or Twilight. She's been
Hey,
on
well,
my
let's
butt
make
for
this
10 years.
happen.
I got one of those. I got one of those too. Yeah.
I'll post it in the group chat. I'll give you
All
Yeah,
the
right.
premise of it
we
after
will
the show.
discuss
We'll talk later. We'll
it.
talk later.
We will talk.
As soon as we're done with this, I'll give you the premise of the story. You can be like, God
Facts,
damn.
facts, facts.
All right. Hey, we'll jump in the Discord after this then.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
bet. I'll give you the because the people I told this story to, they were like, God damn.
Hey, I feel it.
Facts
Feel it.
though. Real
All right,
shit.
vocab.
Yo.
Close out.
Oh, I'm closing out. All right.
Yeah, do yours.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, I thought my poem was the close.
Your poem was, but if you have anything else you want to
All
say
right.
as we
Listen. Check it. Y'all have been. I don't want to boost us. You know what I mean? But y'all been blessed in the company of a bunch of talented black men. You know, and at the end of the day, what makes us different is that we actually want to see our viewers and our followers prosper in life. You know, we hope that y'all have prosperous and productive days every day. And we really love y'all. We thank y'all for y'all support. And if y'all need anything from us, if you want to throw an idea by us, don't worry, we won't steal it because we have books of prompts. Trust
all
as
day.
writers,
All day.
we're good on that. Like we don't need to
Yeah.
steal your idea. We have plenty. So but real shit though, like we just want y'all to keep pushing, strive to be the best you that you can be. Don't try to be nobody else because there's nobody like you. So if you want to catch more of my poetry, Panda has put it throughout the stream several times. It's
Oh, baby.
solelyspoken.com. It's everything. It's not everything because I gotta keep a couple things. But it's a lot. It's a lot of poetry that I've written. It's probably like a good 30, 40 poems up there. And just follow the journey. We're all here. And we're all rooting for y'all. So we hope that y'all continue to root for us. We love y'all.
All
That's
right.
good. Hey, that's good.
So again, we thank everybody for showing up, showing out, leaving your comments, everything else. This is a Panda of Pandemonium. Here with we gotta get a name for ourselves because I don't know what we want to do with that. But we appreciate you joining us on Absolute Pandemonium podcast. We catch y'all. We may not do next week. It's my fiance's birthday, so we may not do
We'll keep
next
y'all up
week.
to date. We'll keep y'all up.
Yeah.
May take
Yeah,
that one
next week.
off.
Yeah, it might be a good idea. I mean, My Hero comes out the Third movie
That's
comes
that
out
next
next week.
weekend too, right? So
Yeah.
We got
Rod's gonna
My
be
Hero
our,
next
our person
weekend.
for My Hero movie. He gonna
Yeah,
come back
I'll
and give
review
us
it.
a report.
I got my ticket 4:45 next Saturday. I'm there.
Thanks.
Seeing the dub. Seeing the dub.
All
I'm
right.
going dub on this one.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, y'all gonna bring the review back then for the following weekend for that.
Yeah.
I'll leave that
Yeah.
open to y'all.
That.
But yeah, we will catch y'all in 2 weeks then. Tune in Monday though. We will still have the motivational Monday post, so that'll still come out Monday night. Uh, the boys may jump in if they're free. We'll see. But if not, it'll just be me on there. We'll go through that. But you all have a great week. Like Voqab said, hope everything about it becomes better each and every day. I hope the day that you have is better than any day you've ever had prior to it. And I hope that happens to you every day moving forward.
Thanks.
So be blessed. Is the Pandemonium and the rest of the absolute Pandemonium crew signing out.